Can you feel it? Can you feel the rage within you?
Oh yeah.
I sure do. Paul does. Well, maybe not because we just saw the new film, but I did have some rage in me that I want to let out. But thankfully, great timing because we are watching 28 weeks later on episode 113 of PrimeTime Gorehounds. I'm PrimeTime James Thomas here with the Gorehound himself, Paul Burt, on June 19, 2025 at 3:10 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live! Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Episode 113. Watching the sequel to 28 weeks later. And it's going to be a good one. Haven't seen this one in a while. But more importantly, before we get started, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And donate to the Cash App, PrimePop313, where a donation would barely be appreciated. And more importantly, hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell as well. Hit the notification bell as well. That's also important as well. So yeah, Paul, 28 weeks later on the week of 28 years later. Now, Paul, you are more, I'm not saying I don't like this movie, but you're more of a fan of these movies than I am. And you've been looking forward to 28 years later. So before we get to your thoughts, Paul, how have you been?
It's been a bit of a up and down week. I've been trying to get a lot of things out of the way for the next bunch of photographies for some gigs, more coming up tomorrow. And yes, folks, it is true. I just came back from the cinema from seeing 28 years later. And I'm trying to figure out how to say this without giving away too much spoilers. What can I say about it? I'll just say this. Did I enjoy the movie? Absolutely. But I will say this one caught me by surprise in terms of what I was expecting from it. Because, after how these two movies come about, and, and it's been like, what? Nearly 20 years since 28 weeks later. And a lot of hype was surrounding this movie. So, yeah, when it comes to, the movie itself, yeah, the hype is real. This movie really is fucking good. The story was amazing. Had a lot of heart in it, which I was not expecting. But again, without getting into too much spoilers, it feels like this one is building up to what's coming next. Because as you guys don't know, or if anyone doesn't know, there will be another one dropping in January called 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. And, the ironic thing about it is that the next movie is coming out 28 weeks from now. Because, January is 6 months away, which is technically 28 weeks. And the first trailer for 28 years was 28 weeks ago. So the clever irony in it. But yeah, like I said, if you guys plan on seeing this new movie, definitely check it out. But as for what you're expecting, it all depends on what you're expecting from it. So, I mean, like I said, I enjoyed it, but it all depends on what you're expecting from it. So, it can be hit or miss.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Paul. Doesn't really sound too comforting, but
it's nothing bad. I'll tell you that right. It's nothing really bad. I mean, because like I said, my expectations were like shooting up for this, so I was expecting a certain vibe from it. But what I got was something completely different, which was a pleasant surprise, in essence, for me.
So it wasn't it was not a Halloween End situation.
No, this kind of felt like a Halloween 2018 feel to it. Because remember, this is the start of a trilogy here.
Okay, interesting. I guess that's good for people that's excited. For all you 28 fans, I don't know what to call this franchise, but for all you 28 fans, take it for how you feel about Paul's thoughts. I'll eventually get around to it. And, I'm not exactly the type that go and rush to see movies on the first day, but I like the 28. I really enjoyed 28 Days Later, and I haven't seen 28 Weeks in a long time. The last time I saw 28 Weeks Later was the year it came out, honestly. Because I
18 years
remember,
ago.
yes, because I remember going to a movie theater with my family, and we went to go watch the movie Bug. Remember Bug?
Yeah, I remember Bug.
E- and of course, now that I'm older, I appreciate Bug way more now than I did as starring Ashley Judd and Michael Shannon. I enjoy it now than I do back then. Um, but directed by William Franklin, the director
Yep.
of The Exorcist. Um, but kind of like you, Paul. I was younger. I was expecting, some crazy shit, but people don't understand that Bug is really about two. It's pretty much watching two meth heads going crazy in a hotel room.
Pretty
Like
much.
that.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all it's about. There's no bug or nothing. It's just two tweakers just freaking out. Okay, that's pretty much what it is. Now, I initially thought, oh god, there's bugs in the skin, and oh, they're gonna have to dig it out and all that stuff. No, it's not that at all. My family did not like the movie because, like you said,
No.
Paul, wasn't what we expected. Like I said, I appreciate it now, but back then I was kind of like, keep in mind, I was like maybe like
You were like
13,
13 and I was
14.
23.
Exactly. So I didn't really care too much of it. So in the same movie theater, 28 weeks later was playing, and we snuck into that theater, and we found 28 weeks later way more enjoying uh than Bug. Then we stayed later to watch Disturbia, which
Nice.
came on right after that. Which one? That was a like little thriller with young Shia LaBeouf.
I remember
Uh,
that one.
yeah. But 28 weeks later, I remember at the time really liking it. Granted, I haven't seen it since, but it's actually got a really good cast here. You have Idris Elba is in this. Jeremy, I had no idea Jeremy Renner was in this.
Yeah, Jeremy Ryman was in this, and of course Robert Carlyle.
Robert Carlo and Rose Byrne is in this,
Yep.
and Rose Byrne, who was in a movie that we watched, Insidious. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
wow, I was kind of surprised at how good the cast is here.
Mm.
So yeah, like I said, so this is kind of gonna be like watching this, for the first time, for me. But Paul, how did you feel about 28 weeks later as a sequel?
Well, I remember when after watching 28 Days, the first movie really did impress me. So when I heard rumors that there was going to be another one, I'm just eating a minute. I remember just being like surprised that there was going to be a sequel because I thought, okay, the rage virus died off at the end of the first movie, as we all know. So what's going to happen then? So the natural story element was going to be 6 months after the events of the stuff that went down in London. But I remember when the trailer dropped, I was in the cinema. I think I was watching. I think I was watching Hills Have Eyes Part 2 when they dropped the trailer for 28 Weeks Later in the cinema. And I was just like, oh shit, we're gonna get a sequel for this. All right, cool, bring it on, because I really enjoyed the first one, so I was very anxious to see how it went. And then when I went to see it in the cinema, I remember at the time just remember being I was actually blown away by how good this one turned out to be, because I had a lot of hesitation about it, but this one, in a crazy sense, as much as I love 28 Days Later, and 28 Days Later is a fucking classic, this one is my favorite out of the movies so far. This one was my favorite because it
Really?
felt like, yeah, because it felt like it felt more like they were diving a little bit more in deeper to the whole situation, what happens after, and then of course it was more action packed. Not as anything wrong with having a full on action movie, but I enjoyed this movie because I felt it was a solid follow up, and I know that some people there are some people out there that prefer the first movie, and then there's some people that's just like, part two is not as good as the first one. But you have some people that say that part two is better than the first one. Me, I'm just kind of like, I enjoyed it for what it was because I thought, I mean, it's not quite as, it doesn't have the same like story emotional impact like the first one would, but it's definitely not a crap sequel either. It's actually a solid entry. It's one of those underrated ones that people seem to not talk about a whole lot, but it's not, but it's still like a solid sequel. You know what I'm talking about? Those kind of ones.
Oh yes, I know exactly what you're talking about for sure.
Yeah. So that's kind of where it was for me on this one. But this one was my favorite in the series, and the way, well, we'll get into it when we get to the end of it, but the way the movie played out, I was just like, all right, well, we're going to see where it goes next. And then we had to wait damn near 20 years just to see the one that I saw last night. But yeah, I remember enjoying this one when it came out. The last time I saw this one was, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. Because I was bored one day and when I was in college, and I just needed a movie to watch. So I just thought, oh, okay, 28 weeks later, I'll put that on. So I was in the mood for a zombie flick, and oh yeah, I got it with this one. So yeah, this one's my favorite so far out of the ones I've seen.
All right, interesting. I will say this much. The opening is fantastic. I remember the opening very well, very, very good. And honestly, that's really the only true thing I honestly remember is the opening.
Well, if I remember correctly, Danny Boyle directed.
What's that?
I was saying, Danny Boyle directed the opening sequence, but there was a different filmmaker involved in this one.
I remember hearing people say that. I remember hearing people say that. So some people felt like the opening was truly felt like a 28 film, and the rest felt like a different film. So interesting. So let me look at the chat. What's up, Phil? What's up, T85? What's up, Chaz?
Hey, Lou.
Yes, of course, Mama Gorehound, and yes, that'll be interesting. All right, so we are at 3 seconds in, where we're about to see good old 20th century fuckface. Fuck you guys, what you did to the Alien franchise. No, 3 seconds, we're about to see the logo form, and of course, for our live viewers and for the people that's gonna watch in the archive, you can watch alongside with us, where we give our live reaction and thoughts, either on fucking your streaming platform or VCR or your wood burning TVs. Remember those, Paul?
I remember those things.
And of course, sit back, relax, and we'll watch a good old. Keep in mind, folks, and they're not zombies.
No, they're still alive. They are definitely still alive.
People really misconstrued. I'm not even that big of a fan of. I'm not even that crazy into the friend. Even I know that. Like, no, like, oh, they're something. No, they're not fucking zombies. But okay, fine, whatever. Okay, whatever. It makes it easier for you.
It's because they have the same characteristics and they can still infect you like a zombie would. But the only difference between the zombie and these ones, shoot them in the chest, they still go down like you and me.
Exactly. It's not that. Come on, read. It ain't illegal yet. Read. But anyway, so actually, no. That I got that wrong. It's think. It ain't illegal yet. Think. Yes, exactly.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
So yeah. So about to watch a movie. From this one was filmed in the UK, in London, right?
Yeah. This is a straight up British zombie horror franchise.
Okay, all right. So we're about to travel. So we're about to travel over to the UK to watch good old horror film. About to travel over to the UK. Everybody get your passport.
Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Would you like to come back with Rob to America? America, America, the beautiful. Do you have your passport? Did you get your jobs? Who wants to come back with us to America? To America. To America.
And word of
Yeah.
advice, word of advice for all you tricks out here that's going buying chicks from overseas and bringing them back over here to America. Y'all are nasty as fuck. Just want to say. But so yeah, so I actually know some people with my family that do that shit, bro. I'm just like, y'all make me sick. Y'all make me sick. But yes, I'm about to go 3, 2, 1, play. When we say play, you press play. Again, 3, 2, 1, play. When we say play, you press play.
And if you don't press play, you're going to be shish kebab with a couple of blades.
All right. Okay. So here we go. And 3, 2, 1, go.
We're in. There goes the 20th century logo.
Yes, the classic, iconic logo, but full of assholes.
Yeah. Well, Disney runs it now. And then you got this other outfit called Fox Atomic, which was going to be a horror outfit for horror films. I mean, Hills Have Eyes 2 was on there. There was a Hills Have Eyes comic. There was a 28 Days Later Aftermath comic. I don't know what happened to that studio. They just went bust after about 2 years.
Fascinating.
DNA, that's a Danny Boyle and Alex Garland outfit.
Interesting. And if I remember correctly, yeah, like this opening here, like we just jump right back into it.
Yep, we're literally in the midst of the
which I love. Which I love. You know, it's a good continuation of it's a good continuation of good way to follow up what 28 Days Later had.
Yeah, like literally picking up where you left off. It's like a recap for those who missed it.
And I know the first thing I noticed right away is the cinematography is different.
Yeah, it's done in the traditional film camera way, not like the digital Canon XL1, which is what the camera they used on 28 Days. Now, as for the one on the new movie, they were using iPhone 15 phones to film it. No joke.
And I remember that and that was one of the things about 28 Days Later that made it so unique was how it was shot, how it looked. You know, it kind of felt like a documentary movie.
Yeah, and it definitely feels like they brought that back in the new one in terms of its cinematography. I mean, the cinematography now is because, you know, it's been 20 years since Danny Boyle did that, and he's back to this. His eye for photography right now is fucking second to none.
I heard that, but I heard that they filmed 28 years later with an iPhone.
Yeah, an iPhone 15.
Yeah, that's how much filming has evolved. Like it's probably you can film movies on your phones now. You don't need you don't need real equipment anymore. You just pull out your phone.
Yeah, I mean, Danny Boyle wanted to think outside the box in terms of how to do cinematography and technology, and he's always ahead of the curve when it comes to that, man.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, this may come as a surprise to you, but this farmhouse they're in, it's actually the same farmhouse that was used in that other movie, Children of Men. They were filming literally on the same filming schedule. So during the evening, the film crew for Children of Men were filming, and then during the day, they had to clear out so they could film for this stuff.
Now I will say this, Paul, and the character of what's this guy's name again? Who's like kind of like the lead in this
Oh,
movie?
the actor Robert Carlo was playing a character called Don.
Don. Now it's been a discussion about his character for a while now, and
Yes,
I will say now again, this may sound crazy, as messed up as it was. I did not blame him for 1 second.
I didn't either, because think about it. You've got a whole horde of infected coming at your door. What are you supposed to do?
I mean, like, see ya.
He was in fight or flight mode.
And again, and now, and I don't remember exactly how the infected got there, but I do know that he does leave his wife, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's fucked up. He should have stayed, and I would have stayed. And I've always said this, like, you don't know what you're gonna do when death is in front of your face. Like,
Yeah.
one of the great Heath Ledger lines is, people in their last moment show you who they really are.
Yeah, that's true. And I remember when that scene happens, when it comes up in the cinema, I remember somebody in the cinema screen that I was in literally shot up in his seat and was yelling, going, "You fucking asshole!" And I'm just sitting there like, "Yep, let the good times roll."
Oh, that's right. That's
that kid.
right. The kid, yeah.
What were you
The
supposed
kid-
to do?
the-
Were you going to leave him
the
out
ki-
there?
The kid is what brought them. Yeah.
Yeah. But what are you supposed to do? I mean, you got a kid knocking on the door.
And
Do
he
you
was
try
the
and
one that told him, don't bring the kid in.
Yeah. I mean, like, would you try and save his ass, or would you rather just sit in the kitchen and hear him getting torn apart?
Here's my thing about that, Paul. I'd be like, whatever you're running from,
Don't bring it here.
don't bring it here. Like you sound like it's kind of like when you see a stranger, or you're driving down the road, you see a stranger screaming, "Help me!" It's like, first of all, what are you running from? That got you so scared. Like, I don't know if I'll put myself in that situation.
Yeah, I know. But man, I remember seeing this scene when it kicks off, man. Fucking hell, does it kick off on this one? And that's another thing I love about these series, is that when it kicks in, it grabs you by the neck and it ain't letting go. Speaking of which, there you go.
Yeah, like right away. Like right away.
And she got bit. Better kill her now, because she's gonna. You know how quick they turn. Just like that. Damn, dude.
Yeah. It's a good. I think it's like what, like 7 minutes in?
Yeah, we're literally like 7 minutes in, and right now shit's just hit the fan.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Don's holding his own with a crowbar there. Oh, dude, they're breaking in. That's it.
I don't remember them being this strong, but okay.
Listen, man, when you're amped up with rage, you've seen what it does to them. I feel bad for this old couple, because there's no way they can outrun them. Not at the age they're at.
But yeah, you brought this damn kid in, and that's when.
Yep, I know.
You brought this damn kid in, and everything got fucked up.
Yeah, they were nicely hidden and safe. Well, there goes the old man. Yeah, that guy that was playing the old guy, his name was Garfield Jones. This was his last movie before he passed away 2 years later.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking faces on those infected when they're looking at you like that and their eyes are all red and shit. That's the one thing about them that creeps me out. It's those eyes. They still do. Here's a scene which was a point of contention for a lot of people here. I mean, he had a couple of seconds to think about it. Then he's like, see ya.
I mean, he told your ass not to go get that kid.
I know, but they didn't want to. They didn't want to have him getting killed, man. And there's that classic theme.
I mean, I thought that was realistic. I thought that was a realistic choice.
Yeah, people said the same thing too.
It was very realistic. Like, listen, like what Kevin Hart said. The first thing I thought was save myself.
Yep. And there she goes. And here's that damn theme, dude. That's the thing as well.
Let me ask you this: do they play this theme in the new movie?
When I say this one's different, I mean it, right down to the music.
They changed up the music too?
Everything. This is a whole different beast, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why they wasn't able to get John Murphy back, but it is what it is. They wanted this whole movie to feel very different because remember, it's been a long time since this one. A lot come up since then. Oh shit.
And this is like this is literally like 28 weeks after the first film, right?
Yeah, about 6 months.
Yeah, so it's still so the virus is still very
well after the end of the first movie. The virus, everybody that was originally infected, they all died out of starvation because as you've seen, these guys don't give a shit about themselves.
Right.
So once they all died out, that's when the outside world decided, okay, maybe now we can try and repopulate the country again. So don't forget, you have people that were on holiday out of the UK, and they couldn't get back in the UK because you heard them saying about their 2 kids that were overseas.
Right.
So they didn't get to witness this nightmare. So it's just, he had to go through the insanity. But yeah, I remember a lot of people were fucked off with this guy, even though it was understandable why he did what he did.
It made perfect sense to me.
Yeah. But as you know, you have some people who will say different, and that's just how it is. It's human nature.
I get it. I get it. Believe me. But
yeah.
I love how everything's calm now. But that's great. That was a really solid start. That was a really good start.
Absolutely.
To kind of bring the folks up to speed
15
of how
days.
How dangerous these things are.
Exactly. So mainland Britain was quarantined in 15 days, and then 28 days. That was the first movie. Mainland Britain got destroyed. That's London we're in, by the way. 5 weeks, the infected died of starvation, see? So they all died off within a month. And then in 11 weeks, an American-led NATO force enters London. "18 weeks, mainland Britain is declared free of infection."
Love these camera shots.
There's that Gherkin building I was telling you about, the 300-foot penis. 24 weeks, reconstruction begins. That's the Isles of Dogs. That's the business area of London. And here we are, 28 weeks later.
And there's Hawkeye.
Yep. Jeremy Renner.
Hawkeye, which was like, and this is way before Hawkeye too. Like 6-7 years before that.
Yeah, because that Avengers movie wasn't out until 2012, I want to say. So about
Jeremy Renner at this point, he was just a guy. He was now nowhere near the movie star that he is now.
No, and I'll tell you what, he's lucky to be alive after what fucking happened to him not too long ago.
Yeah, I heard about his accident. Yeah, about fucking I heard it was very horrific.
Yeah, his body basically got destroyed.
What was the accident?
let me pull up the information. I'll tell you, and I'll read you through his list of injuries too that he got from it. Because right now he's 54. So let me see if I can get the accident. Here we go. 2023 snowplow accident. He was hospitalized after suffering blunt chest trauma, 38 broken bones. He was saved from his nephew from being run over by a snowplow, but was hit himself. A snowcat weighing 14,000 pounds, and Rayner was flown by a helicopter. He underwent surgery and remained in intensive care in a critical condition. He was released from hospital 17 days later. He returned home to continue his recovery. 3 months after the accident, he was able to walk again with a cane, mind you. Doctors said that Rayner's survival was probably aided to his health and fitness. So because he was in pretty much good shape, that's what kept him alive. Because if he was in a bad shape, he wouldn't be here talking right now.
Get in shape, folks. Go to the gym.
Yeah, really, dude. Then you got Imogen Poots here with Macintosh, I think the name of that kid. She's the big sister, that one right there. She's the kid. She's that little kid's
I remember that woman. She was in the Fright Night remake.
Yeah, she was also in she was in V for Vendetta. She was in Green Room. And as for that kid, he appeared in this movie, disappeared for a couple of years. He's doing like short films here and there. So this was like his first and only major movie he was involved in.
Wow, that is Rose Byrne. She has not aged at all. This is 2007. She has not aged at all.
Yeah, man. It's nearly 20 years since this movie came out.
Because she looks exactly the same here as she did in Insidious, and then she went on to do Bridesmaids and she got into more comedy roles, but yeah.
Right now, she's only like 4 years older than me. She's 45. So count back 18 years. She was like in her late 20s doing this one. Yeah, and the budget for this one was slightly bigger too, because like I said, the first one had a budget of $8 million. This one had a budget of $15 million. Went on
as I would expect.
Yeah. The first one made $80 million worldwide. This one only made $65 million. So not quite as much as the first one, but still a box office hit.
I mean, that's a pretty significant drop off there, though.
Primarily because, I guess it was because Danny Boyle wasn't involved in directing it. And at this point, Cillian Murphy was busy doing nothing. The reason why Danny Boyle couldn't come back to direct this one was because him and Cillian Murphy were doing a sci-fi movie called Sunshine. So that's why they didn't come back.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy was like, "No, I'd rather go be in this Batman film."
Yeah, but I mean, he still talks about this.
I mean, Paul. I mean, that's a pretty either the 28 movie sequel or a Batman film. That's a pretty easy choice to make.
Well, at that time, he was looking to try and get his name out there, but after winning an Oscar for Oppenheimer, that's when he said, "Hey, I want to come back and do a 28 film." He executively produced the one that I just saw. He will be in the 28 movies that's coming, but he just wasn't in this one. So a bit of a spoiler there, but he's not in this one, but he will be in the next one.
It's not a spoiler.
It is for anybody that was expecting it.
Yeah, telling somebody who's in the movie is a spoiler. That's not a spoiler. You're just telling somebody who's in the movie. You're okay, yeah. Paul.
All right. Yeah, they got a pub in London. We got plenty of pubs in the UK, man. That's the one thing about us. We got a shitload of them.
So they're slowly letting the people in, eh?
Yeah, they're letting people back in. So they're only in this one area, which is the first area they cleaned up. But no one's allowed to go beyond this quarantined area. Because, as you know, parts of London, as you've seen on the clips, they're getting rid of all the old stuff and burning any corpses that are still laid out. So none of them's getting a proper funeral. They're just getting burned up. Sounds like COVID, doesn't it? And this is before it.
Sounds a lot like COVID. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing about this new one is that because it's been over 20 years since Boyle came back, and a lot has happened since between this one and the next and the new one, because you had like COVID, and then of course you had Brexit, which I think was probably the stupidest thing we did here. But I'm not going to get into that. That's a topic for another day.
Actually, bring up COVID in this new one.
Well, keep in mind, 28 years is when the outbreak started. It happened in the early 2000s, so they're keeping within the time. They're keeping within the fact that nobody that's still alive in the UK, nobody knows what's going on beyond that.
So no, they don't.
No, they don't dive in. They don't dive into that. No.
Okay. All right.
I mean, eventually, because I'm thinking like because Final Destination 6 only just got released on digital platforms. Ironically, a month after its cinema run, which is still in the cinema, by the way. So if I'm a guessing betting guy, I got a funny feeling that 28 years will probably end up on Amazon Prime in about a month or two. So when it does, if I've got a spare $15 to rent it, it could be a potential next episode. That's another thing. Sorry, everything's coming out really quick. Oh, and by the way, this movie was actually my introduction to Idris Elba. If you can believe that.
A young Idris Elba.
Yeah.
He's gone have a really successful career. I said for a longer time, I had no idea. I had no clue this man was British. I felt so betrayed.
Yeah, he's from the UK, man.
Yeah. First time I saw him was in Medea's family. I forgot what it's called. My Baby Daddy's something like that. No, Daddy's Little Girls. Daddy's Little Girls. Daddy's Little Girls. It was by the way Tyler Perry. Oh, Jesus Christ. He's another one just got exposed to be a pervert. But
really?
Yes. So once again, Paul, I just want to let you know, just be careful out there. A lot of perverts out here. But yeah, I saw my Daddy's Little Girls. I thought this man Idris Elba was from California or some shit like that, or South Carolina or something like that. But this man's from the UK. I'm like, what?
Yeah, man. I'll tell you, if you're from London or you're from the UK, hey, we got that aura about us over there.
Yeah. You come in and steal our American roles.
Oi, come on now. It's not our fault that some of these British actors are really good. It's just a natural. I mean, theater came technically from the UK, I think, in some aspects. Greek theater in the early days, but when it comes to like contemporary theater stuff, I mean, we kind of went there with that, but I mean, the acting side of things over here, they take it pretty seriously.
I remember Samuel Jackson made some comments about that, where he was a little concerned about about the British actors coming in stealing our roles, and I'm just like, damn, I never really thought about it like that, Sam.
Well, I mean, it's like British actors are very versatile. I mean, they can immerse themselves in
They're
any
better
kind of
than us.
That's one way of putting it, I guess. But
okay.
it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that,
Oh, imagine having to explain this to your children. You have to pretty much lie. You have to pretty much lie.
That's what he did.
To your kids.
He's fucking lying when you hear him telling this story. You listen to what he said.
You know what, Paul? I've lied too.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you can't tell you.
I would lie my ass off.
Can you imagine telling your kids, "Hey, man, I know it's been 6 months since I've seen you, but I just left your mum behind."
Yeah,
Sorry
I left your mom.
And nothing I can do.
They would probably hate him.
I tossed him out the window.
Jesus, Paul.
Yeah, emotions would run wild. I don't know what I would have done in that situation. That's just me with my sarcastic, typical sarcasm there. But yeah, Robert Carlyle, man, he's a damn good actor. The way he can immerse himself in roles, like if you watch him in the Trainspotting movies, or if you see him playing a villain, he can really like immerse himself into it. I mean, have you seen that movie Ravenous?
I've heard of it.
Oh, he was fucking good in that film. Really good. So he's one of those like versatile actors that's very good at what he does. And he's Scottish as well. He's not British. He's not. Well, he's technically from England, but he's actually from Scotland. So, but yeah, that's Imogen Poots right there. Those eyes on her, man.
Yeah, that Fright Night remake. That's the first thing I think every time I see her. It's like, God.
Well, this is, like I said, this was the first movie I saw, and I didn't realize it was her at the time. Was V for Vendetta, and then it was this one, and then she was in another movie called Green Room, which was that horror film in that clubhouse. I don't know if have you ever seen Green Room?
No.
It's definitely worth a watch. Patrick Stewart as a villain too. Think about that. Yeah, he's trying to break it easy to them without telling the truth. I don't know if you could get away with that.
I would,
dude. Some kids are so street smart these days. They would know if you're bullshitting. My sister would know you were bullshitting at a moment's notice. She's like that.
Yeah, she's British too. Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Case in point, is she was in Fright Night with a whole American accent. Like I thought she was from California, no, but she's from the UK. That's my point, bro.
I don't know. Like I said, we got some very talented actors here. We got a lot of theater schools here. I mean, think about it. I mean, I got my degree for it after all. You see how they did the effects, and if you look at if you saw the buildings in the background, that was like they dimmed the color scheme on some of the background cities so the lights were on. It's kind of like simple setups like that. And this dude here, the helicopter pilot, he was in those two Matrix sequels.
I know exactly who he is.
Yeah, and he was also the villain in season 5 of Sons of Anarchy.
First thing I think of his Best Man, the Best Man movies.
Yeah. Fucking hell, I didn't realize he was 61. I'm guessing if somebody pulled a prank on you like that, there's going to be a fist fight.
It's really, yeah. This is really fascinating to see, like, especially with Jimmy Renner here, because, like I said, this was Jimmy Renner. He was just a guy. He was nowhere near the star that he is now. It's pretty fascinating to see.
I know. It's funny because I think he was also in before this movie. Oh, he was the villain in SWAT. I remember that. But he was also in an independent film as Jeffrey Dahmer.
He was in SWAT, and yeah, I saw that Dahmer movie. That was garbage. But yeah, he was in SWAT, which was okay. It was okay.
And then he ended up nabbing the Best Actor award for The Hurt Locker. That was when.
Yep, the Hurt Locker. Yep, he did. Yeah, he did get that. Yep.
And James Cameron's ex-wife, who directed it, outdid him for the best film and best director award for it.
Catherine Bigelow. Yep.
Yep. This is one thing about having a sniper scope. You can just get a little pervy with the scope and start seeing what everybody's up to. Sounds like those two are arguing. That dude's reading the papers.
Yeah, they said if you're gonna be in the army, you gotta learn how to be a sniper.
Yep. Why do you think I play a video game like Sniper Elite? It's a cool video game if you've never played that. See if there's any movie trivia here for me to find out. I ain't looked at that yet. Now check this out. The original idea for a sequel was going to be called 29 Days Later. There was a possibility of using the main characters from the first movie, And the idea was dropped in favor of doing a film set within the time frame of 28 weeks, focusing on the SAS team sent into London to retrieve the Prime Minister or the Queen. But they scrapped that idea and said, nah, fuck it. Let's just set it 6 months after. This is a pretty interesting nightmare scene with that face bit coming off. But yeah, like I said, Danny Boyle couldn't direct the sequel because he was doing Sunshine, which Cillian Murphy was starring in too. Now, originally, Robert Carlyle was originally going to be playing Major Henry West in 28 Days Later. He turned it down because he had other stuff going on. So he came on board for this one as a favor to Danny.
Fascinating.
Yeah. And the guy who directed this is a Spanish filmmaker called John Carlos Fresnedillo. What films has he done after this? I've seen that name before. What did he do after this? He did a movie called Intruders.
The fuck are they doing?
They're leaving the quarantine zone. Kids being kids, they want to explore. They want to see what a deserted London looks like. I would if I was that age. Don't forget when fucking COVID hit, I went in my town. I went in my town the first day we went into lockdown, and I'm not kidding. It felt like 28 days later for me. There was nobody around, and I was just kind of like, "Hello, anybody here?" And I thought to myself, if I see a bunch of red eyes running towards me, I'm out of here.
Man, you're gonna get yourself. You're gonna get yourselves killed.
They don't care. They don't know what the hell happened. They only heard what they saw on the news and why they couldn't go back. I'm trying to think which part of London that is. I think that might be Camden.
God damn it.
And you can tell the budget is slightly better on this one because you can see there's a lot more stuff in the streets this time around, whereas everyone was like clean.
You know, too, and this also kind of, bringing slowly rebuilding population after 28 weeks, man. That's a little,
it's a lot of money.
It's a little soon, if you ask me. I think
dude.
that's why Rose Byrne's character is a little skeptical of bringing these kids in because, like,
it's too soon.
It's too soon. Yeah, like I think she said something along the lines of like we don't really understand this virus yet.
Yeah, and dude, did you see those pizzas? They're 6 months old. Like,
I saw that. That's gross.
Yeah, I'm not fucking eating a 6-month-old pizza. Well, I'll tell you, there was this one story.
If you are smart, you wouldn't.
I'll tell you, there was this one time I came back from shopping.
I want to know, Paul. I want to know. If you're about to say some nasty shit,
it's not. It wasn't food. Let me tell the story. I was buying some drinks. I had like a couple of 2-liter bottles of Tango. Now, most of them were in date, and I thought, okay, fine, fair enough. I get to this one that I started drinking. I'm thinking, why does this one taste weird? Because I had a couple of drinks in the bottle already, and then I look at the expiry date. We're in April. This fucker expired in December, 5 months prior. I'm drinking a 5-month out of date drink. And when I realized, I was like, oh, fuck, when I realized. So, yeah, that, luckily I didn't get any bad stomach reactions, thankfully, but, to describe what it tastes like, some 5-month out of date fizzy orange, tastes like rotten piss.
Thank you, Paul. I needed that.
What's up, Logan? Good to see you in here. Yes, Logan, sour drink. Do not ever drink a 5-month out of date drink. Always check the expiry date before you crack it.
Always. I have never in my life I've ever drunk an expired drink. Never.
Well, I have. You just heard it. That's somewhere we're on the outskirts of London. I think that's one of the residential areas. Probably somewhere in Kent, I think. Yeah, Don, your kids have gone out exploring. What are you gonna do?
I'd whoop their ass.
What
I
would you have
would
to-
whoop. Yeah, I would whoop the shit out of them.
Well, at least they went back home, so it wouldn't be that hard to.
This is their home they're in. Okay.
Yeah. 6 months later, so plants are dead. I can only imagine how bad the food is in the fridge.
So they were at the beginning of the movie they were on the run and they found that little home as like a safe haven. So okay, I get it. Okay.
Yeah, because you've seen how fast that virus breaks. Imagine being in a city like London at the beginning of the outbreak when shit has hit the fan with a couple million people.
I mean, you saw how people would be. You know, also funny. It's also really funny because it kind of goes to show how arrogant us Americans are. That we see just a little bit of a decline, like a little bit of like with this situation with the rage virus. Yeah, there's a little bit of a decline. There's a little bit of a decline. There's not much infected. So let's slowly bring people back in. And what happened with the pandemic? A little bit of a decline, and let's
Shit
slowly
hits
bring
the
people
fan
back
again.
outside.
Yeah, I mean,
well, shit hasn't really hit the fan for us, but
no.
I mean, ever since we've been back outside, people have forgotten. I mean, we're still technically in a pandemic.
Yeah, I know.
Technically, we're still in it, but we've completely all the protocols, all the testing, it's all done now.
Yeah, I mean, I've already had my shots already. I've had 3 of them, so
it's like, so yeah. Us Americans, yeah, we're very. I don't know how it is in the UK, but we're arrogant as fuck.
We're pretty strict here, but I will admit the last government that ran this country, the Tories, there was a lot of scandals. They had all these like rules put in, and yet here they were having private fucking parties in Downing Street when they were telling us all to stay home. So that all came out about them. I'm thinking, you fucking wankers.
What the fuck is that?
It's her.
Who's her?
It's their mum. She's been living there for 6 months. She went back home. But look at one of her eyes. Did you see that?
Wait.
That is their mum.
That's the same woman that.
Yes. From the start of the movie. Yeah, that's her. She's not dead. But you can.
Wait, how? How?
The virus has changed.
Has it?
It's been 6 months. What do you think? How do you think viruses find a way to keep surviving when there's nobody around to infect? It's a little something called a carrier.
Yeah, she should not have. Okay, because last time we saw her, she got yanked out the window, and it was like a good 4-5 of them in that room.
She must have got out. She must have left the kid too. But did you notice? Because I don't know if you ever caught it at the start of the movie. You notice both her eye colors were different. One was green and one was brown, and that kid has got it too.
Yeah.
But if you look at one of her eyes, there's like a little bit of red in the corner of her eyes. So I'm guessing she got bit, but she doesn't show the signs of the infected. But she's definitely got it, I think. Because look at one of her eyes.
Yeah. You goddamn right. Yeah. You gonna take the shower, bro.
That's a quarantine shower right there.
I'm sure check for bites or anything.
Like I said, just look at her. Look at one of her eyes.
We haven't had to do it for a while. The last survivor.
See it? You see that red in her eye?
I don't. That doesn't make sense to me, Paul. That doesn't.
Dude, I'm just gonna say it like this.
That doesn't make
She's-
sense.
I'm just gonna say it like it is. She's a fucking carrier.
But
The virus.
that's fine. But from what
She
we see,
must have.
from what we know of the effect, okay, there's the bite. Which I
Yeah.
don't know how the hell that got past the shower, but
See the red in the eye? So she is.
yeah,
She does.
I see it. I see it. But what we know about the infected, when they get you, you're done. They bite you, they punch you, they tear
Gouge
you
your eye
apart,
out.
they gouge out, they scratch your face. I don't understand how she made it out of that. Unless
I know.
she fought him off. That's crazy.
Oh shit! I didn't realize that. Listen to this. Logan just said the one that's playing the mum. She was Wallace's wife in Braveheart. I did not fucking realize that.
I have not seen Braveheart in so long. Like, keep in mind, Braveheart is a damn near 3-hour film, and it kind of gets to a point, Paul, where it's like, okay, I'm never gonna watch this again.
Dude, you're talking to someone here who's got all extended cut versions of the Lord of the Rings films, and you know how long that Return of the King is, the extended version?
How
Shall
long?
I tell you? It is 465 minutes.
Yeah, you see, I'm
a 5-hour movie. I've done it.
Kiss my ass with that. No.
Oh, you never know. I might.
Pause. Oh yeah. Now explain this to your kids.
Yeah, Dawn, you've got some explaining to do. Naughty. Yeah, Logan here said,
now, to be fair, now, you see how I reacted? He lied, not expecting her to. Like, there's no goddamn way she should have got out of there alive.
Oh, he thought she was dead, dude.
I did too.
How do you explain that to yourself and to them? It's you can't, dude. You can't.
I would have flipped it on him. Like, nah, don't flip this shit on me. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing out of the quarantine zone?
Oh, you know, somebody on the cinema screen would be screaming at you if you explained it like that.
Oh well, fuck off. Fuck off. My black ass.
Well, there you go, folks. And for anyone who hasn't tuned in or just tuned in, guys, we are watching 28 Weeks Later to celebrate the release of 28 years. We are, how long are we into this? We are about 41 minutes into the movie with 58 minutes left to go. And yep, she just found out she's a carrier. You saw that blood, very similar to the Thing. So she doesn't show the signs. But if you exchange bodily fluids with her, whether it be saliva or blood, and that gets in you, that's it.
The moment I realize that she is infected, I'm taking a bullet and putting it in her head.
Well, I mean, she's okay as long as she doesn't draw any blood or fluid on anybody.
Nope, I'm not taking any chances. Not taking any chances.
I know. But I'm saying that's what somebody would
because of shit. I remember this. Because of shit like this, what's about to happen. What's about to happen is why I say, oh, she could be a cure. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that.
Well, and Don's a fucking idiot for doing what he's about to do. I'll have a drink a minute.
Yeah, I never understood this. I never understood why he did this. I understand that's your wife, but you know she's infected. You know she's infected.
He doesn't realize that yet. He knows that she's alive, but he has no idea. No, he doesn't know. He legit does not know. He really does not know.
Paul, if you saw me, if the last time you saw me was being yanked by a goddamn infected, you ain't coming anywhere near me next time I see you.
Well, I'm gonna be in the opposite room, but I'm definitely gonna be asking you, how the fuck are you surviving?
There you go. You was gonna be in the opposite room. Exactly.
Dude, you and me are friends. You're my brother, man, but I'm not fucking taking chances of risking being infected. I can't do it.
This was so dumb. Like, why would you do this?
Oh, I don't know, but this transformation scene, dude. You thought the one with Frank was bad. This is even more fucking hellacious.
Like,
Watch his eyes. Watch his eyes. Watch. Bang! He's got it. That's it. And this transformation of him here. See him turning right there?
Oh god! When he kissed her, I'm like, "What are you doing?"
I don't know, but
And this is where it starts. This is where it starts.
And what he does to her, dude. Oh my god! I remember when I was in the cinema, I was just like, "Oh shit, this is bad."
But we see this is why this incompetent ass security. The moment they should have saw that bite.
I don't know how they didn't see it. Oh fucking hell! The way he fucking immerses himself, like he really was beating the shit out of himself when he was turning. Dude, again, those eyes. Yeah. Those eyes, man, they always creep me out. And, oh, here we go. This was rough. Just punching the fuck out of her.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Takes a bite out of her Adam's apple.
Females don't have Adam's apples, bro.
Or a neck, then. And then this.
Her neck, yeah. But you see, what she's doing to his wife now is what I envisioned they probably would have done when they cornered her like that.
Watch this bit. If you look at him here, does it look like he's smiling? Watch. See that little slight smile he had then? I caught that. Did you?
I didn't catch that.
I did. After he beat the shit out of her, there was like a little slight smile.
And he somehow, some way overpowers the fucking military.
Like I said, dude, with that rage virus, it gives you God knows what kind of amped up adrenaline.
Yeah, but what he did to his wife is how I would envision what that whole horde of zombies did. They would have done to her in that house. That's why I say there's no reason she should have been alive in the first place. Yeah, but I get it. You need a reason to have the chaos happen. I just thought that could have been written better.
There could have been a better way to do it, but maybe this was the only way they could have done it. I don't know.
And yes, Logan, I agree. I agree. Top being a coward, he's a moron. Exactly.
Yeah.
But fuck all that, though. This never would have happened if those fucking kids stayed in their goddamn rooms.
Everything would have been fine if you let the soldiers find her for... Fuck it, whatever. They should have never went out.
I agree.
Everything was going so smoothly. And yes, John Murphy back doing the music again. I really did like his music score this time around in this one.
And you would think, because it's the military, you would think that that's the ultimate protection.
Come on, man. We've watched enough movies to know that that's never the case. See, like you just got jumped just like that at the blink of an eye.
I forgot how quick as fuck they are.
Oh, they're quick. And they can beat a fucking door down just like that. But imagine it. You're not dead. You might as well be dead if you're infected, but it's like you're on autopilot. If you have some kind of awareness, you can't do shit.
You know, and honestly, though, Rose Byrne was right. She was right the whole time. Like, we shouldn't have brought kids in here.
No, you shouldn't have brought people back. You should have combed the entire country before bringing people back in. I know that would have taken a long process, and I know some people wanted to go back home, but fuck all that noise. That whole country had to have been. You should have dropped some kind of like gas bomb on the whole country just to be sure, and then start putting people back in. That's what I'd have done. I'm not taking a chance with a virus like that. Are you kidding me? Kid got separated. Was this really a smart idea, though, putting everybody locked up in a parking lot? I guess, so they can separate who's infected and who isn't. But you basically also, at the same time, if that infected fucker is down there, you basically made yourself a kill box. Or a perfect
pretty
breeding.
much, yeah. And also too, why the fuck didn't that woman have? There was no security. Like, how did? Like, if that was me, Paul, with Don's wife, I would have had 24-hour surveillance. I wouldn't let nobody in that fucking room. Especially now knowing that she is infected. 24-hour security, nobody's allowed unless you're a scientist or a doctor whatsoever. Like, how did Don get easy access like that?
He had, well, didn't you notice he had that access all areas card? Because he was one of like the volunteers that was helping with the cleanup. Remember that? He had the access card of his own. That I do remember.
Even still.
He still wouldn't have that kind of clearance, no.
That should not have happened. That should not have happened.
No, that was some bullshit. Like I said, a situation like that, I don't care if you got clearance or not. You are not getting in unless you're a scientist. And this is where things get really, like, everything goes to shit. It took them 6 months to try and clear up this part of London, and within minutes, it all comes apart.
Go to jail. That's what happened.
This is some bullshit!
You all right?
Yeah, it is bullshit. But what can we do? Oh, kid, get away from that fucking door. Look how pissed off he is here. Like I said, Robert Carlyle, when he puts himself in that mold, he's a scary dude when he gets going. There's a reason why people remember him for the roles he's in, like especially when he was playing Begbie in Trainspotting. Oh, shit. Here we go. You know what's coming next. Let the rage begin.
Yeah, I see what's coming.
Oh, yeah, puked on and everything.
Yeah, and that's why it was a dumb idea to put them all in that one room. Yeah.
Stupid. You made it a breeding ground for the infection. That's a powder keg tinderbox waiting to go off, and it's gone off. Can of worms is loose.
Considering how quickly it spreads too, yeah.
Yeah.
Visually, it's great.
Yeah.
Visually, it's fantastic. It's awesome.
You see, like, the US has a way of doing zombie horrors, and British has their way of doing zombie horrors. You know, they have their own unique style of filmmaking when it comes to this type of genre. I think also, I got to put it out there too, but when it comes to zombie flicks, I think South Korea is definitely know their shit when it comes to zombies. I mean, look at those Train to Busan films. All inspired by films like this.
And now you don't know who's infected and who's not.
How can you tell? You can tell if they got blood all over them because they puke all that shit up, but
they're so fast. Yeah, you have to make a decision.
It's chaos. That's what the rage is, man. It is just straight up chaos.
And all this would not have happened if those fucking tree-hugging bastards didn't let those monkeys out.
Hey, dude, animal rights protesters, we get them.
I'm going to crack a joke on them, boss.
I know. Well, they got one. But again, how the hell can you tell who's who? What are you going to do here? You could probably tell who
Yeah,
the first ones are
I
running through.
think they made a decision to kill them all, right?
Not yet. It hasn't happened yet. They're trying to figure out who's who here. But again, oh yeah, it's fucked up beyond all recognition, all right? You got that right. And again, because of the backlight is silhouette, you can't see their faces, so you can't tell. Unless they're attacking someone. That's the only way you can tell. But when they're all running around, forget it. Oh shit, blew her scalp right off. You see that? That's another film that's another thing I gotta give films like this credit for. They don't fuck around with the gore. Actual squib shots, by the way, people. No CGI when it comes to that. And then here we go. Here's the order. That's it.
I agree. Kill everyone.
But can you live with the idea of killing someone
And
who's not?
I could see our government, especially the American government, panicking like that.
Yeah, don't get me started, man.
Just go ahead. Just kill everybody.
No comment. But man, it's so fucked up and scary how things can just spiral out of control like that, and somebody can just give an order and be like, I know there's innocent people there, but fuck it, kill them.
Oh, there's the music again.
Yep. I have that on my Walkman, by the way. Lovely squib shot there. And like I said, this new movie, music-wise, everything, it's a whole different beast. It is still a 28 movie, but it caught me by surprise. I will say that.
Oh, you really don't sound confident right now.
It's my first time watching. I'm trying to process.
What you're doing right now is exactly what you did for Halloween Ends, by the way, where you tried to rationalize and think about it, but when you watched it again, you just okay.
Here's the difference. Halloween Ends was a total fucking shit show. This wasn't. It's the way this was done, dude. I was expecting something similar along these lines of what we're seeing right now, but what we got instead was something even more thought-provoking. And that's what I got to give Danny Boyle and Alex Garland respect for. Because I was expecting something else. I was expecting something like this. They gave me something different, and it was a pleasant surprise, which I can't say the same for that fucking Halloween movie. Oh, shit. Hey, he's lucky that blood didn't get in his mouth. You see how close he was to getting that in his mouth?
This kid, if we're really going to be honest, man, this kid should have been shot by now.
I know. Oh, there goes one of his teammates. Yeah, his frustration is exactly how I'd be in it. Fuck. Everything would have been fine if those kids didn't go out there. Hey, Jeremy.
Agreed.
Hey, Jeremy, say what I'm thinking. Go ahead. I agree. What he just said. Unnecessary deaths down there, dude.
Had to be done, though.
Sucks, though. Can you live with that? I know it's for the greater good side of things, but still.
Yeah, go Seth Rollins with it. It's for the greater good.
Yeah. Yeah, we could say that. Damn you, Seth.
But it's just that oh, wait a minute.
Couple of people held out surviving. They got enough supplies to hold out for a little while, but I don't think that's going to work this time round.
Gonna have to come outside sometime.
Yeah, especially with the soldiers. Now they're on a fucking search and destroy job. And they don't care who you are. Because you've seen how quick this could wipe out a country. If that makes it to anywhere in the mainlands, whether it's America or Europe,
makes sense. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But I'll make that same choice too.
because you've got to kill that virus by any means necessary.
Any means necessary.
Because if it makes it to the mainland and spreads, game over.
Because last time we let somebody in, that was infected, look what happened.
Yep.
I blame them. I'm sorry. I sound like an asshole. I'm sorry, but I blame these two damn kids.
It's their fault.
Even Poots, it's your fault that Charlie and Evil stopped being friends in Fright Night. And
damn, we're going there, huh?
Yes, it was. It was because that's what the narrative was. Once Charlie started hanging out with Amy, who was the hot chick, he stopped being friends with Evil.
Yeah, fair point.
That does happen, but I remember seeing shit like that happen in high school all the time, bro.
Yeah, you get people that have been longtime friends, and all it takes is one situation, and then
one situation you switch up, and you switch
all
up
out the window. Yeah, it's all out the window at that point. Like I've seen people when they have like differences of opinions, where it could be about anything. The moment shit goes down, it's like, yep, I'm cutting that the fuck off. By the way, the character's name Doyle. It's actually a play to the filmmaker's name, Boyle, Danny Boyle and him, Doyle. So that's kind of a nod to the director there. I'm reading it on the trivia. That's what it says. Oh.
So what's the goal now?
Try and get out. Because if I was a thinking general, if the bullets don't work, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to wipe this out on a massive scale. So what do you think I'm gonna do if I've got the means to do it?
Nuke it.
No, you can't nuke it because you don't want to destroy the buildings in case they want to try again and reset. So the only other option, burn it.
That too?
Firebomb it. Shitty way to go, but what can you do? Oh, an interesting thing here.
I love how pitch black it is.
Yeah, and here's the thing. It's actually in the middle of the afternoon. They just put a filter on it.
I can tell.
It's good how they did it, though.
But it looks pitch black. It has that mood and that atmosphere. Love it.
Yeah. That's kind of like me and you arguing. It's like, what the you in the trouble going, what the fuck are you doing, man? I'm like, well, I'm down here busy doing shit. So, oh shit, there you go. Four minutes to get out of the town. You better run. London is a big city, dude. You better know the shortcut to get out. Because if you don't, that's it. Just run.
This is good.
This is why I say I kind of like the second one a little more than the first one because it's very suspenseful.
Ah, the shot!
Grazed her. It hit. You saw it hit the wall. It grazed her. But again, that's probably one of those like armor piercing 50 cal rounds. That'll go for anything.
Fuck! I'm hit.
Yep. Ooh. Definitely not a sniper.
They gotta make a move too.
Yeah, you're running out of time. You got about at least 2 minutes now. Yep.
It's crazy because you can see the star quality that Jeremy has. You can see
Yeah.
it.
Definitely.
You can see it, and dang,
And there goes that kid again.
God damn it!
Well, he said, "Fuck." Well, the kid's got balls. I'll give him that. Got
Sure,
him.
we'll go with that.
Oh, and this here. Is he seeing this or is he really there? What do you think? Because that dude clearly had a goal, even when infected. He wanted to get his kids back.
I've always wondered, because you never really had the suspicion in the first film that these guys were smart, really. Like, he's literally stalking them.
He is.
I never
Oh,
really.
dude, this scene coming up. And what I like about this is that there was no like epic sounding music. It was very somber music, and that's what I like, because other movies they have that like dramatic, like epic sounding music. When something like this happens, you don't get that here with what's coming up.
As you shouldn't.
And I can imagine what you were like when you first saw this go down. I remember people in the cinema were like, "Holy shit!"
I thought this was dope.
Here you go.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool as shit.
Yeah. You ain't surviving that.
Nah, you're not.
Forget it. I mean, just like, look at these poor bastards coming up in a second. See what I mean?
Now, the only thing I did not understand is how the fuck did Dan survive this?
He was hidden in one of them corners. But you notice how relatively calm he was when the fire destroys everything?
Who?
Dawn.
Well, I haven't seen him yet, but I remember.
You will in
I
a
remember
second.
seeing this. I'm like, wait, how did he survive that?
Yeah, look,
Right there, like.
See how calm he is though, because of that fire? It's not like the other ones. And of course, it wouldn't be a 28 days movie if you didn't have an infected attacking somebody on fire. It's a little bit of CG fire on top of real one, but still it's good.
That's definitely CG. But yeah, I just never. That part just never made sense to me. Like, wait. So just because he's by a wall, he survived? Like, bullshit.
Basically,
he need to keep him alive.
He basically had the same thing that Dog had on Independence Day, if you remember.
Same exact thing.
Yep. Damn. Fire goes everywhere.
But this is cool, though.
Yeah. Boom. Trying to think who that statue is. It's a famous person, but I don't know who. Here's the thing, though. What happened to these guys after? Because I'm pretty sure they're in the underground part of where they just firebombed everything. Because right now, their job is done. Shit's out of their hands. And he knows it, too.
This is true.
He's like, well, shit, we tried. Out of our hands now.
Yeah, we tried. So I'm gonna keep campaigning for the next 20 years, try to be the first Black James Bond.
He's still trying, and it looks like not everybody got burned out. Some of the infected are alive. And they're going back into London. Yeah. London's a lot different now compared to what this was 20 years ago. And they got so many skyscrapers now. It feels like it's New York over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got a lot of tall buildings over there now.
Yeah, a lot of places aren't what they used to be, like New York, Chicago. Like
Yeah.
everything's different now.
Yep. You can see London Bridge in the background there. That that weird looking dome building, that's the Old Bailey. That's the courthouse place, famous one.
Damn, so the London Bridge really did fall down.
No, London Bridge is in the background. This ain't London Bridge.
Oh.
No.
That was my sad attempt there at a joke.
It's all right. That's somewhere near Paddington, I think. I know Paddington Station is not very far. Oh, look, McDonald's is still standing.
McDonald's, yeah. Funny how McDonald's is still standing. That's hilarious.
Yeah, Big Ben in the background there.
No matter what, McDonald's is always gonna stand tall.
Yeah, and that place there, that's Trafalgar Square. That's a museum. I've been there before. Been to a few protests back in the day. And now we're in. It looks like. I think that's somewhere in. I think it might be Regent Park or Hyde Park. It's one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of the two areas. But yeah, man, just it's one of the things I like about zombie movies, especially these kind of zombie movies when they're in the urban environments. James knows this story. I don't have to repeat it, but he knows how I feel about certain environments and settings when it comes to these kind of films.
We only got I'm just looking. We only got like 30 minutes left.
Yeah, this movie goes at a breakneck speed.
This movie. Wow. I didn't realize this movie's damn near over.
Yeah, we were fucking blitzing this movie.
How long is years?
5 minutes shy of 2 hours.
Oh, okay. So
The budget was
a little bit longer.
Yeah, and the budget was a lot bigger too. 75 million. Yeah, your parents are gone this time and they are not coming back.
Oh no, they no. I've been giving them shit, but the acting has been acting has actually been good. Actually,
Yeah, the acting was top notch. Can't say the same for.
I just
can't say the same for Hannah.
I just think those kids are fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
it's their fault. It's their fault.
Oh man, kids being kids. I mean, at that age, you'd be curious about checking things out too. You know, it's that curiosity in them. We've all been there.
God, Rose Byrne is
she's only 4 years
you
older
could
than me.
drop her, like you could grab 2025 Rose Byrne and then she hasn't aged. She looks really good.
Yeah, she still looks good even at 45 right now, dude. She's damn good.
I never really knew how funny she is too. Like I don't know if you've seen Bridesmaids or Neighbors. She's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think I've seen one of them when it was on TV. She's
really funny. She's really funny.
Absolutely. I think she does a bit of stand-up comedian shows as well. And by the way, she's Australian. She's not even British.
I thought she's Australian. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was British.
Nope. Definitely not.
The Walking Dead showed how clueless children are in the apocalypse as well, especially in the first episode of season 2. Oh yeah, when Carl did. Well. Oh, and Sophia. Well.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Sophie, that was a little bit different. Um,
Dude, that was heartbreaking when you saw Saphir as a fucking zombie.
oh, one of the greatest moments in the show, absolutely. But
Yeah.
but that was a little bit different.
Mm. I mean, that show, you know, say what you want about the later series and say what you want about the spin-offs. They definitely made its mark. That show as a whole made its mark. They filled in that zombie fix I've had for over a decade. I got a good dose of it.
Oh God.
Oh fucking hell! They're already. Oh, and this scene coming up, man. Oh man, this was fucking cool. I remember this. If you don't remember,
Yeah, I don't.
oh man, you're gonna get one hell of a gore fix. He's not letting them on the top. He's like, nah, I'm not taking these guys. He's got a point though.
I can't say I blame him.
Well, you'd be doing the same thing. You'd be like, nah, I'm not taking them. Forget it. You sure that's a good idea? Well, then again, he's not infected. They're not infected, so they're all right. Then you got this guy here. He just wants to get out, and I don't blame him.
Doesn't he say like they're like? Doesn't he say like they're like they can't fit in this damn thing?
No, he said he can't take them because they'll get shot out of the sky if he's carrying anybody that's from that quarantine area. Because they got the orders to kill everybody. That's an actual helicopter stunt, by the way. The way that thing's spinning like that. Oh, and by the way, you remember what I said? What would happen if you don't press play? Case in point. I'm just gonna go quiet and hear James's reaction because I know he's gonna get a buzz out of this.
Wow!
Shish kebab, anybody?
Wow! Oh!
Holy shit!
Ali!
Man, I'll tell you, when I saw this in the cinema, I instantly fucking popped. I was like, fuck yeah, dude! That was wild, dude. Easily the best part of the movie in terms of the gore scene. Yeah.
That was good. That was good.
Oh, these guys are running at crazy pace, especially that dude in the yellow.
I would low key. Oh,
And
man.
check this bit out as well. Look at this. How is that infected still running with half his torso sliced up?
That's commitment. That is commitment. That's commitment, Paul. That's steroids.
Rage.
I'm affected that these people have roid rage.
Yeah, times 100. Oh, there's Wembley Stadium over there. That's where wasn't SummerSlam recently at that stadium again?
Yes, SummerSlam '92 with the legendary the Bret Bulldog match.
Yeah, and then you had those two AEW ones that took place there too.
All In was in Wembley Stadium. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, they're lucky to still be around. That guy's an ace shot. And there's still more coming.
These motherfuckers don't quit.
Well, no, they're amped with rage. See, look, this is what I should have done before you started repopulating everybody. Started dropping these type of gas bombs everywhere, just to make sure, and then start putting people in.
This is exactly what they should have done. I agree. That's the first thing they should have did.
Yeah. I will admit though, the last 30 minutes of this movie, the third act is just Fucking relentless.
I remember being bummed that Jimmy Renner's character dies.
Oh man, that sucks. And it's the way he
Because
did it too.
honestly, honestly, Paul, I would have preferred Jimmy Renner's character was the lead. I would have preferred if he was the lead character.
Well, they wanted to shock people.
Let me shock people.
That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to shock people by killing them off.
Oh, okay, that's what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta, because when it comes to, even with any zombie movie, not everybody's going to get out in one piece, and that includes her.
I get that. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Well, you can't go out there now because of that gas. You breathe that shit. That's like mustard gas. Oh, here they come.
If I remember correctly,
That's a death squad. Did your shit crash out? You want me to pause it?
wait.
Did your Xbox crash out? I heard the Xbox menu.
It did.
All right, hang on. I'll pause it. I am 1 hour, 19 minutes, 50 seconds. I was going to turn my light on a minute as well. Hang on.
Okay, and chat. Can you still hear us?
Yeah, guys in the chat, can you hear us? Is everything still good? Because we're a little bit cagey after what happened with StreamYard last week. Hold on, I'm going to refresh my YouTube to see if it's still
My
running.
shit did crash. Yes, Logan, anybody, if we can still hear us, let us know.
According to what I'm seeing, we're still live. I can still see the live stream here. I'm looking at StreamYard. Says we're still in. The YouTube is still going from what I can see. I'm just updating it now. Yeah, we're still live. I think.
Okay, all right, cool. All right.
I'll just
all right,
check.
Cool.
I'll just check on my phone as well, just to make sure. I'll get YouTube on my phone. I'll make double sure. Because I'm not taking any chances, man. But yeah, anybody that's still alive in the chat box, can you let us know that you can still hear us? I need to know for sure.
Does somebody message you?
That's just my phone with notifications. I'm going on my YouTube right now on the phone. It says we are still live, according to what I see on the screen on my phone. So we're still in this.
All right, cool.
Yeah, Chaz says he can hear us.
My
Chaz
shit
says we're
for
still live.
some reason just crashed.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, yeah, because for some reason my shit just completely fucking crashed.
Yeah, sucks.
Just let me yeah, let me just check something. Let me just check something.
All right.
Wow, I haven't had this problem in a while.
Well, you've seen the internet issues I had recently, but I'm hoping that's all fixed now.
It is very hot today.
Yeah, right. I heard it was like, I hear in London it's like 30 degrees, and where I'm at, which is in the southwest, it's like over 26 to 27 degrees.
I can't even connect to my YouTube right now. Okay. All right. So All right. Pause, folks.
If you have Netflix, it's on there, and it's free to watch on Prime where I am. But I know it's on Netflix. So that's how I'm watching it.
But Paul, your stuff is different than mine.
Yeah, but I think you should have it on your Netflix too, because if it's on my Netflix, it should be on yours too.
Okay. All right. No problem. I'm going to fix this really quick. Just give me a couple minutes, Paul. I'll be right back.
All right, I'm gonna talk for some people. So, guys, what do you guys want to talk about? What do you want to talk about in the chat box for a little bit?
Funny.
Well, I had to figure of a way to break the ice, guys.
Okay,
Man, come
Cody.
on.
All right, Cody Rhodes.
Now shut up. But anyway, yeah. Any movie news you want me to say about? Or I don't know, probably do that later. But I will say, how's my week been lately? I'll probably talk a little bit about that. Well, so far things have been, I guess you could say, a bit of a hit and miss. What's that? Lou just says here, well, if you really want to just look. Oh, I'm still here, Lou. Don't worry about that. We're just until James fixes everything. I'm just gonna shoot the shit a little bit. Yeah, I'm just thinking about some new video games that's been coming out lately. I mean, I found out that we're gonna get a remake of the first Silent Hill game, which is pretty cool. And of course, in February we got Resident Evil 9, which is gonna be heading back to Raccoon City. That's in February, I want to say. So there's a couple of things I'm looking forward to. Well, I'm going to save the movie news until after we finish this film, Lou. That's part of the things that I do. I got a couple of news, movie-related news lined up. Some of it from last week because StreamYard kind of cut us short last time. So hopefully this time I'll be able to get the stuff out. But as far as other things go, I'm just thinking. Yeah, I got a metal gig tomorrow. Doing some photography for that. As for a couple of local bands, we got Bloodhound playing. That's going to be cool. Going to see if we can try and get an interview with them as well. And as far as other things go, like in terms of, hey, are you got any plans for any carnival themed events? Yes, I do have something planned. Going to be heading to Germany in September if all goes good. Schwerhin, it's another carnival event there. And I'm also working on my next costume. I can't go into too much details of what it's going to look like or what the color theme is yet because I'm still putting the pieces together. But yeah, so far so good on that when it comes to those side of things. What else? I'm just trying to see if there's any other movies worth seeing in the cinema because the one I saw tonight, that was like my first movie I've seen in the cinema since last summer. Oh yeah. Did anybody see the new trailer for I Know What You Did Last Summer yet? Because they just recently released a second trailer for it and does look promising. I will say that. It does actually look a little more promising. I don't want to go too much into the movie news because I want to save that for after the film. While I'm waiting for James to fix his tech issues out. What else? So, guys, how has everything been going in the chat? Let me know what you guys have been up to. You seen any good movies? Seen any good TV shows? Logan, Chaz, what you guys got planned for any upcoming films or TV shows you're going to be checking out? There's a few that I want to see. There's a couple that's going to be dropping on Netflix, not in about a month or two. It's funny because I was actually revisiting Happy Gilmore, seeing that there's a sequel for that coming out in a couple of weeks. I ain't seen the first one for a while, so I just thought, you know what? I might check that out. So there's that. It's a good comedy. How about some movie? No, not movie. How about some music stuff? You guys been listening to any cool music as of late? For me, there's a couple of albums I'm looking forward to checking out, but some of them are not going to be out until like sometime later in the year. I mean, personally, I'm waiting to hear that new Fear Factory album, seeing that they got a new vocalist coming out they got a new vocalist, and I'm just waiting to hear the new album when they eventually get around to releasing it. But let's see if there's any new albums coming out. If there's any metalheads in the chat box, let's see what we got. Let's see. We're in June now, right? So let's see what albums are coming out in June. Let's see. King Parrot's got a new album. Ice Nine Kills has a live album coming out on the 13th. Oh, that's already been out, 13th of June. Okay. So tomorrow then, we have a brand new album from Ailstorm. Nice. Cryptopsy's got a new album. Malevolence has a new album. Cool. Oh, nice. 27th of June, we got a new album from German thrash metal band Sodom. The album's called The Arsonist. I'm definitely going to check that out. I've actually heard some of their songs. It's actually a pretty solid album. Scott Adkins got a new movie called Diablo, huh? Hey, is that on Amazon Prime or on Netflix? I'm going to see if I can check that one out as well. Let's see what we got here. July. What's coming out in July? We got a compilation, re-recorded compilation album from Five Finger Death Punch. Don't know if I want to do that. Got a new EP from Gore. Nice. What do we got in August? Oh, fucking hell. Black Braid's got a new album coming out. Nice. Baby Metal's got a new album dropping in August. Okay. What do we got? There's not many that catches my eye at the minute. There's a couple of well-known ones that I know that's got a new album dropping this year, but most of the ones I want to hear don't even have a release date penned in yet. So still nothing on a new Fear Factory album. Nah, fuck. Probably won't be out till sometime next year. I do know that sometime in later this year they're gonna be touring with Kerry King in Bristol. So I don't know. I might go see that. But as far as new music goes, what's your thoughts on a band called Sleep Token? I mean, my sister talked me into checking that out, so I thought I'd give that a listen. And I was on the fence about them at first, but then after hearing one of the albums, I thought, yeah, you know what, that's not too bad. So I want to see if I can look up that movie you're talking about as well, Chaz. I'm going to look it up on Wikipedia. Diablo, eh? Hold on, it's not coming up there. Yeah, as far as movies that Scott Adkins is in, yeah, there's a few movies I've seen them in over the years. I think one of my favorite films he was in, I would probably say would be, what was it called? It's that one where he was in prison. Avengement. That was what it was called. If you guys haven't seen that film that Scott Adkins is in, definitely check that one out. That's a pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. Oh, here it is, Diablo. Action thriller. Ooh, okay. That could be something I might check out. See if that's on Amazon. If that's on Amazon Prime, I'll definitely check it out. Yeah, Avengement was a really cool film. I really enjoyed that one too. There was another one that he was in too. Shit, what was the name of it? Let me scroll back to his films. Yeah, Avengement was a good one. There was that one where I think it was what is it? Yeah, Ninja. He was good in that one. He was in another movie as well called The Tournament. I remember that. That was not too bad. Green Street, which was a football hooligan film. He was also in he was in a zombie horror film as well called Re-Kill, but that movie is damn near impossible to get. I had a hard time just trying to find it. I had to settle for like a bootleg DVD of it because that was the only way I could get my hands on it. But I did watch it. It was actually not too bad. He was also in that Hard Target sequel, which could have been better. That's the thing. Let's see what movies is coming out this year. Let's see. Let me go on movies. Hang on. I'm doing this on Wikipedia. I can give you a couple of release dates. Movies in 2025. Okay, here we go. List of films in 2025. What do we got? We're in June right now, so bear with me. No, that's April. That's May. That's June. All right, here we go. Right, so as you guys know, if you're living in the U.S., 28 years later will be out. We've got something here called K-pop Demon Hunters. That's going to be on Netflix. What is that? Upcoming American animated musical fantasy you know what? Whatever. Brideheart. What the fuck is that? And that's a comedy. Okay. Oh yeah, F1's gonna be out as well. That racing movie, that sports racing movie that Brad Pitt's in. They actually showed the trailer to that when we were in the cinema watching the film that I saw earlier today. So yeah. Ice Road Vengeance. Wait, is that a sequel to Ice Road? That Liam Neal. What the fuck? I didn't even know they were going to do a sequel to that. And then, of course, you've got Megan 2.0. I'm not too sure if I want to see that one or not, because, I mean, the first one didn't quite hit the spot with me. James just messaged me here. He's saying that his shit is really down right now. Oh, shit. Hang on, I'm going to ask him something. I'm just asking him what's the plan. Right now, he's having some serious technical issues, which that's a pain in the ass. So I'm just gonna ask him what the plan is. See what he wants to do. If not, if he can't get back on, we might have to finish the movie, but with me trying to do some commentary, which I did before when we did The Void, but it's hard for me to kind of keep the thing going on my own. But I'm just going to wait to hear back what he's saying. Hopefully he'll be back on, but I'll give him a couple more minutes. Until then, I'm just going to talk about some stuff. Sorry about this, folks, for anyone who's just tuned in. We were currently watching 28 Weeks Later, but James is having some technical issues. For some reason, his shit just went down. Hang on, he just messaged me. Yeah, I'm going to talk about some... I'm talking about upcoming movie releases. I'm going to save the movie news for when you come back on, James. That's if you can still hear me. Yeah. As far as other movies go, what do we got here? July 2nd, we have Jurassic World Rebirth. Shouldn't have. I think that should have ended on, like, I don't know, that last one they did, but they want to keep it going. We got The Old Guard 2 coming out, which is a Netflix movie. Yeah, I did see the first one not too long ago, funny enough. Heads of State, that's an Amazon film. That's going to be on Amazon. Got something here called Kill the Jockey. What the hell is that? Comedy drama? All right, whatever. Yeah, for anyone who's interested, in July 11th, we got that new Superman movie, which is being done by James Gunn, which is because he's now part of the DC universe outfit that they're trying to revive. So you got that. Why the hell are we making another Smurfs movie? All right, fine, whatever. Yeah, and of course, July 18th, we have the new upcoming I Know What You Did Last Summer, which, even though it's the fourth movie in the series, it's technically the third in the main series. Because if you ignore that straight to video one that came out after the second one, this is technically the third one. So the two of the characters from the original films are back. Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt. They're both back on board. Not sure where they're going to go storyline wise, but it should be interesting to see how that one's going to play out. Then, of course, like I said earlier, we got Happy Gilmore 2, which is dropping on Netflix on the 25th of July. I'm actually surprised they're actually doing a sequel to that after all these years. It's been like, what, nearly... No, actually, it has been 30 years since the first movie. So that might be worth a watch. Got some sci-fi movie here called Osiris. What is that? Hang on. Doesn't say much about it, but it's a sci-fi movie that's dropping on the 25th of July. It's being released by XYZ Films. Should be worth a watch, I hope. Yeah, I know, Philip. I can't believe they've done another Jurassic World movie. I thought Jurassic World Dominion was the last one, but I guess because that one did so well at the box office, they decided, okay, we're going to go ahead and do another one, which caught me off guard. But I don't know. Maybe the film's worth watching. Will I go see it in the cinema? Probably not. I'll probably wait until it comes on Amazon Prime or something. Probably rent it there. Yeah, and then we got this. I can't believe this is actually happening, but we have a brand new Naked Gun movie. For anyone who doesn't know what Naked Gun is, it was like a comedy series that Leslie Nelson was in. It was part of the Police Squad TV series, and this one's a new one that's got Liam Neeson in it, and there's a couple other names in there too. You got Kevin Durant's in it. Who else is in this? Now, let me see who's in this new one, because apparently this one is a direct sequel to Naked Gun 33 and the Final Insult, which that was 30 years ago. So Liam Neeson is playing Frank Drebin Jr., which is the son of the original character. So that, okay, fair enough. Who else is in this? Danny Houston's in it. Kevin Durant. Busta Rhymes is in this new Naked Gun movie. Are you fucking kidding me? Cody Rhodes is in this one as well. I didn't see that coming. And it's being produced by... No, it's actually written by and produced by Seth MacFarlane. That's the guy who did that Family Guy TV series and those Ted movies. So that should be fun. Yeah, he's actually poking fun at his Taken persona. That should be it should be a good movie, because it's been a long time since I've seen a comedy where I can actually get like a huge laugh out of something. Because for me, like, I'm pretty picky when it comes to comedies, especially in this day and age. I would say like comedies from the 90s and the 80s would be my go-to picks for comedies, but I'm hoping this new one's going to be worth checking out. Right. That's the August lineup. What else is coming out in August? Freakier Friday, which is a sequel to Freaky Friday. I can't believe they've even done another one. Might check it out. Then, of course, you got that interesting horror film called Weapons coming out, which is like some kind of, I don't know what it is. It's like some kind of mystery horror film, which is directed by the guy who did that film Barbarian. And interestingly enough, the guy who's directing that movie and this one, he's also signed on to direct a new Resident Evil film. So I'm not too sure how I feel about that one personally, but I'm kind of hoping that I'm hoping his story on Resident Evil takes place on Resident Evil 7 and 8, because those two were really good. If it's anything like Resident Evil 4 or anything like Raccoon City, then fuck that. Anybody remember an action film called Nobody? Well, they got a sequel coming out on the 15th of August, and it's being directed by... who's directing it? Oh. Okay, this might be worth a watch. The sequel to Nobody is being directed by the guy who did films like Headshot, The Night Comes For Us, Shadow Strays. So those fight scenes are going to be very fucking brutal. That should be fun to see. What else we got here? We got another Hell House movie coming out. How many is that they've done now? That's the 5th and final installment. Okay. I might check it out, or I might not. It all depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Got a movie here called Trust, which is an upcoming thriller, which is actually the first movie from Twisted Pictures post Saw. Because, as you guys may not, or no one may not know, Twisted Pictures no longer owns the rights to the Saw franchise. So, all right, James wants me to go ahead and finish the movie here, guys. All right, so guys, if you guys are still synced up and play, go ahead and hit the play button. We're gonna finish off 28 years later right now. So we're about 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 50 seconds in. So let's go ahead and do this. 3, 2, 1, play. As you know, Dora's about to get out of the car. And we know bad shit's about to happen. Sharon Stone's a villain. Cool. Oh, this scene that comes up, man. This is pretty shitty what happens to Doyle here. But at least he tries to get them out of the situation that they're in, but it's going to cost him his life, and he goes out in a pretty bad way. Speaking of which, And there he goes. Damn, dude. He's now Mr. Crispy. Damn, dude. That sucks. And if you look, he's still waving them to go, even though he's on fire. Man, that sucks. Well, they got to try and get out of the city somehow, but you got all that gas all around the near the Parliament area because I think that's where they are now. They're near where the House of Parliament and Big Ben is. Yeah, nope. That Nobody sequel is definitely in safe hands, Philip. Yeah, apparently, guys. For anyone who's just tuned in, if you're wondering where James is, unfortunately, James has he's not going to be able to speak live because his internet just went down. He said he's going to switch to his phone, so he's probably going to be in the chat box for you guys. So yeah, James, if you're listening, just go ahead and just jump in the chat box, man. We'll keep this shit going. Yep, that's near the House of Parliament area. I recognize that because Big Ben's over there. And here comes that's a damn link. That's an Apache. They're trying to fucking shoot them. No shit, they're shooting at you. They want you dead. What do you expect? Damn, dude. And now we're down in the subways. I don't know if that's the one in Trafalgar Square because it looked like they were driving that way. Yeah, it looks like the one in Trafalgar, I think. Yeah, definitely that one. Yep, they still need to get out of that city. Yeah, this third act of this movie is definitely a lot more it's definitely a lot more like intense. Like I remember when I was watching this in the cinema, remember just being on the edge of my seat thinking, "Holy shit, man, are they going to get out of this?"
Now, if I remember, if I remember correctly, this I can't watch the movie because my internet's down. But I'm just going off things I remember. This does. They end up in a subway, right?
Yeah, they just ended the subway right now, dude. Yeah.
And Rose Byrne actually dies in this, right?
Oh yeah. She meets her demise pretty soon, dude.
Yeah, you pretty much say Don is like Don is the pretty much like he's the villain in this movie, kind of.
Pretty much, yeah. He was like the main antagonist when he turned. Oh, and this whole night vision scene with the scope, I am getting record vibes right now.
It came out in the same year, did it?
Yeah, it actually came out a month apart from each other, yeah. We need to get back to watching those record movies. We've still got 2 more to go. And Lou says, welcome back in the chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys, technical issues. Ain't it a bitch?
Well, my internet provider, it's down. It's down for thousands of people. So I'm literally going through the same thing. I'm literally going through the same thing you went through.
Yeah, I know how that feels, man. Fucking internet. You can imagine. I was so frustrated during those last couple of weeks, man. I couldn't get shit done. I missed out on an audition because of them, and it was a pretty good role too, and I lost it because of my internet going down. So, yeah, I wasn't a happy camper. Those bodies have been dead for 6 months. They're just decomposed and rotted and all kinds of shit.
Now that idiot, don't that punk ass kid, that little boy, separate himself from them. Junior is dead at this point, right?
They got lost. I just saw Dom walking then.
Junior is dead by this point, right?
Yeah, Jeremy just became extra crispy, yeah.
That was so fucked up.
I know, right?
He didn't deserve that, man. I like this character too.
Yeah, he was cool. There's Dawn. He just grabbed her gun and he's beating the shit out of her with it. Like he's ramming the barrel of the gun in her fucking neck.
And so both Roseburn and Jimmy, they both get it. Damn.
Yep. Everybody gets it in this movie. This movie's rated E.
Now, if I remember correctly, Don bites his son,
Yeah.
and the sister doesn't say anything about. I think she doesn't he like ask her a question?
Oh, he asked
Like, am I
her.
bit? She says no.
Yeah, he basically she does not want to kill her brother because that's the only family she's got left now. And in Don's infected mind, his train of thought was, I think in his mind, he wanted to infect them both so they could be together still. Because he didn't want to lose them.
That's what you think?
That's what I think his plan was when he was infected. Because he would have killed them.
Think the infected are that intelligent?
Well, wait until you get to see the new one.
Because like I said, like they were just.
Let's just say a lot happened when that virus mutates. Here he goes. He's about to take a bite out of Andy. Right in the damn shoulder, too. As soon as she says his name, he's like, he's hesitating. He's like looking. He's thinking, wait. He's thinking about it. And then the rage takes over again. And she blasts him one in the shoulder. He's still trying to get up for more. Right between the eyes. He's down. And that's it for him.
I shot him in the eyes.
Shot him 6 times. Well, twice in this case.
This man, he's not human.
I don't believe he was anymore. But yeah, I mean, this movie had a bit of a fucked up ending.
Now, if I'm that black pilot, listen.
Yeah, I know you beat.
I get their kids. I get their kids. I get their kids, man. But the moment I see that little boy got blood on him, white mark.
He's not getting in the chopper. Plain and simple.
He's not getting that chopper, bro. And you can kind of you can put 2 and 2 together. What happens when they start flying?
Yep. You know exactly what happens. Kid must have, because I'm surprised the kid. I'm surprised the kid hadn't turned already. And I can tell you why, because his mum, just like him, has 2 different color eyes. That's why he wasn't fully infected. Well, not like in full rage mode. He's contagious now, but because he has 2 different color eyes, see the red's starting to come up on the white parts of his eyes.
So did he attack the pilot and the sister to cause the crash?
I don't know. You never truly know, because again, like I said, because he has 2 different color eyes, he didn't fully turn.
Because that's what I always assumed. I assumed he eventually turned and attacked the pilot, and the sister causing the crash. Because you see the remains of the helicopter on the ground.
Well, the only thing I can think of then is that virus mutated in him, and then he turned and started showing symptoms. It's the only answer I can give. Now, here we are. Well, this was supposed to be Wembley Stadium, but at the time, Wembley Stadium wasn't fully built. So to substitute it, they had it was in a different arena in Cardiff, Wales. But they CG imposed the structures of Wembley Stadium. But yeah, it's a big stadium. You can hold a good 20 to 30,000 people in there. And I'll tell you right now, dude, as much as I would love to see a WWE show in a front row seat, I'm not fucking paying 15 grand.
I wouldn't do it.
Nope. If it was like 50 to 150 quid front row seat, okay, fine. But 15 grand, fuck off. He's asking where's Doyle, and she just said, "Nah, it's just us."
At this point, Paul, this is where shooting him is a good signing option right now.
Yeah. Right now,
But I understand you don't want to make him look like a dick and kill two kids, man. But
I know. But if this was you, you'd be like, "Yep, I'm in the chopper. See ya." I'll be doing the same. I'm not taking chances with that infection.
I'm not taking chances, bro.
The infection started there, it dies there. Don't bring that shit over. And there's that theme again. Again,
But like I said, I just always assume because the camera like pans on that little punk ass kid. So I just assumed that they did fly out, but he later changed.
Yeah.
And went wild Hulkamania on that helicopter that caused the crash.
Of District 1. Yeah. I think that's what happened. And then, like I said, there's District 1 that's absolutely smoldering. Damn, dude. And again, every time I hear that theme, you hear that theme on virtually everything now, even on TV commercials sometimes.
It's a great theme. It's a great theme.
Iconic. It's so iconic. There's the White Cliffs of Dover. And that takes you over to the English Channel, over to France, which takes you about 2 hours on boat, or you can go through a Eurotunnel, which goes underneath the channel. Yeah, right here, the camera's focusing on him. You might be right about what you said.
Like it stays on him, bro. It's like the movie's like telling you what's about to happen.
Yep. Screen's blanked out. 28 days later. Oh, shit. Here we go again. There's the remains of the chopper. There's somebody talking in French saying, "We need your help." God, I remember when I saw this ending, when you see them running towards the Eiffel Tower in Paris. I'm just like, well, that's it now. There's no stopping this.
That's not reached to Paris, yeah.
You can't stop it now.
That's how fast it took. Now it's reached over to Paris.
Yeah. And that cliffhanger, just silence right about. Blank screen, name pops up, and that's it. And we never saw another movie of this again for the next 20 years.
Well, folks, that was 28 weeks later.
Still a good movie. Still a good movie. I mean, like, again, there's a reason why I still like this one just slightly more than the first one, because it had a lot more suspense and a lot more action. Doesn't have the same impact, emotional quality like the first movie did, but this is still a solid sequel. I still don't understand why some people shit on it, because you can do a lot worse than what 28 Weeks Later has. There's a lot
people
worse.
Really shit on this?
Yeah, there are some people that did shit on it, yeah. But you can do a lot worse than this. You could do a whole lot worse than this. I've seen zombie sequels that are 10 times worse than this. Like, I don't know. Let's see. Return of the Living Dead Part 4 and 5. They were atrocious. So there's one example. But no, this movie was going at a very fast pace. I do like the switch in style of photography of the filming, because the first one had that like documentary feel with the whole video camera, which they were using a Canon XL1 at the time, and this one was like your contemporary movie camera experience. So it was done like in a traditional way. So it's like two different distinctive styles of the film, but still within the confines of the 28 universe. And yeah, we would never see another movie of this again until damn near 20 years, because I think the reason why this movie took so long was because there was a lot of creative difference issues with the writers and a bit of a pissing contest with the studios, which is why Sony Pictures now owns the 28 films. They only own the first one. Disney still owns the second one. But then again, I'm not too sure about that now because I'm watching this on Netflix and it's on Amazon Prime, and yet it's still on Disney as well. So I think they're eventually going to snag the rights for 28 weeks because I know that, and you're not going to believe this, James, but 28 Days Later is getting a 4K Blu-ray release at the end of this month. So
it's about time.
Yeah, I was right about them doing a re-release of that. I remember calling it back then when we did the first movie. Hopefully they've improved the picture quality, because let's face it, the picture quality did not age well, especially on Blu-ray. So I'm hoping they've cleaned it up a lot. So will I get it on Blu-ray? Absolutely. I mean, I know I've already got the Blu-ray copy already, but to have a 4K version, sure, why not? But overall, man, good movie, solid cast, solid performances. Still my favorite one in the trilogy so far. So I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give it 8.5 out of 10.
Nice, interesting. For me, I like this. Okay. Definitely, especially as the movie went on, I started to remember things about the movie. Of course, James does. But I like the first one better, in my opinion.
That's fine.
I like the first. I think the first one is better. Like you said, for those reasons, because of not only because the uniqueness of it, how it was shot, how it was filmed, the claustrophobic feel to it, but because of the emotional connection. Because I actually felt emotionally attached to the characters. I liked Cillian Murphy's character. I liked the dad. I can't think of his name, but I liked the dad. And I like the dad in the movie, and I like the girl, not the daughter. The daughter I thought was atrocious, but the black girl. I liked her. Yes, I liked her. I liked her as a character. That's probably like the biggest reason I prefer, because I actually like the characters more. I mean, the acting in this is fine. Now, don't get me wrong. I probably would have liked this a little bit better if Jeremy Renner and Rose Byrne were the main characters and they actually lived.
You kind of feel like the characters were expendable.
Exactly, exactly. So, and again, it's also fast. It's a fascinating movie to watch. Like I said, this is Jeremy Renner before it became the household name, and Rose Byrne before she became a household name. So it's fascinating to watch in that regard.
Yeah.
The kids, again, I thought acting wise was fine. I just did not like. I just really didn't care for them because it's because of them this shit started. It's really their fault. If they had just stayed in the quarantine zone, if they just stayed, none of this would have happened. Well, it's
like I said earlier, they should have just dropped a gas bomb all over the UK, and then you wouldn't have had that to start with.
Or even then, when they found the mom, there's no way in hell that the moment they found that goddamn bite, he should have been taken out. And there's no way Dawn should have got in that, because Paul, she is the most dangerous person in that facility.
Yeah.
So there is no way anybody could have gotten easy access to her. So that's another thing why I like. Yeah, so that's another why I kind of like the first one more, because everything that happened in the first film, every decision that was made in the first film made perfect sense. Case in point, the scene when the girl saw the guy she was with, the second she saw she was bitten, she wasted no time and killed him. That made perfect sense to me. Here, there were decisions made that didn't make any goddamn sense. Again, him kissing his wife knowing she kissing his wife, when even if you don't know she's affected, you should know she's affected because God damn it, Paul. Like I said, Paul.
Tied up.
If yes, like Paul. Like I said, if me and you Paul was in that situation, and then Paul, you run out on me, and the last time you saw me was the infected surrounding me, it wouldn't. Even if you did, you would know one way or another I got a bit or infected, even if I made it out alive. So you wouldn't go near me. So it didn't make sense for him to kiss her.
No way.
But that's his wife. That's his wife. No, fuck all that.
And then how am I going to break it down to you that I'm going to have to put you down?
Well, just put me down.
Yeah, well, that's a little hard
just
to do.
Just put me down. Just do it.
It's hard to do when you got history with someone. You know what I mean?
Man, all that's cool. All that's cool, Paul. But listen, it's fight or flight.
Yeah, fair point. You got a point there.
I'm not James anymore. I'm not James anymore at that point.
Well, if you were like full infected, like raging out on me, then okay, I'm gonna have to put your ass down. But it's hard to do if you're still consciously aware.
Man, fuck all that, man. The moment I know that shit's on me, I'm like, just do it.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if it's me, I'll just be like, dude, just make it quick, get it over with. I don't want to feel shit. Even if you got like an overdose on morphine, just put me down that way. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and the ending was a little bit of a downer compared to the first film.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, it was more of a cliffhanger. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I'm not gonna shit on this film because I actually do, and I do like some things about it. Don't get me wrong, but but like I said, it was just the character decision that was made, the choice that was made. Like again, there's no way in hell the wife. I don't give a damn what Danny Boyle would tell, or the writers would tell me. She should. I get you. If you need a reason for the infection to spread again, that was not a good reason because there's no way in hell she should survive that. No way in hell. Because bro, she didn't have no blood on her. She didn't have no huh?
No, I mean, like I said, like somehow they made it like she got out of there somehow. I'm guessing the kid must have got caught by one of the infected, and then I'm guessing she used that distraction to run while they were tearing that kid a new asshole.
And again, Paul, I may sound like an asshole here, but I thought Dawn was completely. I understand it's a kid. You can't leave a kid out there, but I'm just like, whatever that kid's running from is coming to. He's, and also too, the affected were more tactical here. From the infected, I knew. Once you hear them coming because they're going to come screaming and all that stuff. These motherfuckers snuck up on a house.
Well, you're probably not going to like the ones on the new one.
Also, so they're even more intelligent.
Oh, they're not just more intelligent. They've actually mutated. There's this one. You know that one you saw in the trailer that looks fucking massive.
Yeah,
that's a fucking alpha. And he is a big bastard. You're talking.
So there's different stages of infected.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Think about it. This virus has not had anywhere to go for 28 years, so it's going to adapt, isn't it?
Oh, so kind of like The Last of Us.
It definitely goes in that kind of direction. In an essence, yes. Because you see, all right, I'm only gonna drop one little spoiler in the story. This is what's happened, okay?
Okay.
Yes, the rage virus did get across the channel, but they managed to push it back. And ever since then, the rest of the world has completely isolated the UK. So nothing gets in, nothing gets out. There are boats patrolling the entire British map. On the French coast, there's a massive fortified wall. So if anybody does swim to get over, you're going to get fucking shot. If you try to escape or enter by boat, you're going to get shot. If you're flying by a plane, you're going to get shot. And if you happen to survive the crash, you ain't getting out. Nothing gets in or out. So we've been left for dead, basically, and everyone's still alive. The rest of the world has moved on, and we haven't. So there you go. There's your little timeline spoiler, and I'm not going any more than that.
Nice. But yeah, overall, I do enjoy this. Would I go to watch it again? I'd watch the first one over this one, but I'm not mad at this one. Like I said, I specifically liked this movie because the people in the movie. The acting was good. The presentation of the infected was good. Like I said, I just hated the decision that they made, and I kind of liked the movie better where it was kind of shot guerrilla style compared to this where it was more traditional. Like I said, it gives the movies its own unique look. You know what I mean? I'm like, don't switch that up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's one of the things I appreciated with the new one is that Danny Boyle still was adventurous with his camera style. I mean, that's why we're using like iPhone 15s.
Exactly. So all right. So Paul, do you have any more movie news? Did you go through them all during our little break?
Well, I only went through a little bit about movie release dates, but I haven't done any news yet. I still got some of the ones from last week, which we got abruptly cut off on.
Don't worry about last week, man. Keep last week. Let's not do that. Let's go ahead and get to movie news.
All right. Well, we got some more Saw-related news. As you guys know, Blumhouse was thinking about acquiring the rights. Well, now it is official. Blumhouse now owns the Saw franchise, and Lee Wano and James Wan are back on board to create a new one. So Lionsgate owns 50%. So they're still going to be releasing films through Lionsgate, but Blumhouse now owns the other 50. Twisted Pictures no longer has any leash on this franchise. And now with James Wan and Lee Wano back on the driver's seat again, I guess you could say the next Saw movie, if and when it happens, will be going back to its roots. So let me just read this here. So as you guys know, 2 weeks ago, there was a massive bombshell which landed on everybody's desk where Blumhouse is thinking about buying the Saw franchise. Well, now it's happened because of the turmoil behind the scenes. So what's changed? Lionsgate now owns 50%, and Blumhouse owns the other 50%. What's particularly interesting here, though, is that James Wan and Lee Wano will be brought back into the fold, hoping to guide the future of the franchise. So, I mean, let's face it, guys. I mean, like, the Saw movies were the film that gave those two filmmakers their launch pad in their career. So, to have them come back to the franchise, come back to the film franchise that made them famous, it's full circle for them. So, to have them coming back on board 20 years later, now that they've got a lot more filming experience under their belt, and of course the success they've had over the years, like, James Wan owns that studio, Atomic Monster. So my thoughts on them getting back on it again, it's going to be real interesting to see what's going to happen. We don't know. Here's the thing, though. I don't know if they're going to do a direct follow-up to Saw 10 or not, or it could be a whole reboot or whatever. I don't know where they're going to go with this, but I am definitely interested to see where they're going to go, because James here says, this is what he said. He said, Saw holds a special place in his heart. Coming back to this world with a fresh perspective is thrilling and deeply personal for him. So this will mark a significant creative return to the franchise. And for the first time since the early days, he's very much looking forward to embracing the original spirit of the franchise while pushing the legacy forward in new, bold, and unexpected ways. And knowing James Wan's reputation at filmmaking, I think we know what kind of Saw movie he's probably going to be doing. It's kind of the same thing with Danny Boyle with 28. So very interested to see how this is going to happen. What's your feelings on this then, James? I mean, Blumhouse has now got it. James Wan and Lee Wano are back on the driver's seat. So they're going to be definitely making the next Saw movie. So what do you think about this? And anybody else in the chat? What do you all think? Your mic's off, by the way, James. Oh shit, James is gone again. Ah. Still there, James? Ah, man, his mic's it looks like his phone's gone again. He'll be back in a minute. But yeah, people in the chat box, what do you think about Blumhouse owning the Saw movies again? Well, for me, my biggest concern with Blumhouse is that I'm a little worried that they might tone it down. That could be my biggest concern about it because, I mean, look at films like Megan. They made that a PG-13. Look at Five Nights at Freddy's. That was a PG-13. So I'm not entirely sure how I feel about Blumhouse doing it. I mean, they can do some good horror movies. Yeah. And I'm glad that James Wan is back on board. But I don't know. It all depends to see what they're going to do with it. It'll be interesting to see where they're going to take it. Whether Tobin Bell is going to be back in it or not, I don't know. That remains to be seen. Or maybe they'll take the whole franchise into a whole new direction. Who knows? There could be a lot of possibilities on this. But yeah, if any more news about that comes out, I will definitely I'll definitely make an announcement about it and see what's gonna happen in the near future for that. So that's something to keep an eye out for. All right, next bit of news. Let's see what we got here, folks. Let's see. Apparently that the original Texas Chainsaw movie is going to be in the cinemas along with a preview of some film called Chain Reactions, whatever that is. Hang on, let me see what that is. Is that a documentary or something? Hold on, let me see. Okay, so Dark Sky Films and Fathom Events are on the 18th of August are going to be releasing Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the cinema again. And it's also going to have a sneak peek of an upcoming documentary called Chain Reactions, which is the 50-year history retrospective documentary about, I'm guessing, the entire history of the Texas Chainsaw movies. And I don't know if you knew this, James, but just recently, sometime this year, let me just pull it up on Wikipedia. But hang on. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I did hear that it got added to the film Congress. Here we go. Yeah, check this out. Apparently, in 2024, the movie was selected by the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. So this movie is now in that National Film Registry. So hats off to the people that were involved in the Texas Chainsaw movies. Yes, Chaz, I know. Blumhouse is not known for their blood and gore. That is a fair point. So there is a lot of concern there about that. James, your mic's still off, by the way. I can see you. I can see you still on the screen, but your microphone's not off. What's your thoughts on Blumhouse taking over the Saw movies with James Wan back on board?
Like I said last week, I don't trust Blumhouse, but we'll see how they do it.
Yeah. And as I was saying earlier, we got a Texas Chainsaw is going to be released in the cinema again for one day only on the 18th of August. And it's to coincide with a sneak peek of their 50-year retrospective documentary called Chain Reactions. And just recently, Texas Chainsaw was added to the National Film Registry not too long ago. So it's nice to see another well-known horror movie finally getting some history recognition, in my opinion. So that's that piece of news on that one. What do we got here? Hold on. Monster Island is getting a release. Yeah, Shudder is now officially 10 years old. That's that horror network streaming platform, which is like the Netflix of horror films. That's turned 10 years old. They got to have some kind of Friday the 13th tattoo party event. Oh, that should be cool. Shame I can't get over there because otherwise I'll be there getting some horror-themed tattoo, and I know what I would definitely have. Christine is going to have a Long Island screen showing at the Southampton Playhouse Theatre. Not bad. Death Stranding has a sequel coming out next Friday. All right, here we go. We got some Silent Hill news here. The new movie Silent Hill, which is going to be directed by Christopher Gaines, who did the first Silent Hill movie 20 years ago. That's going to be dropping in January of next year, January 23rd. So this is going to be the newest chapter in the Silent Hill franchise. Looking at the storyline, it looks like the story is going to take place within the Silent Hill 2 storyline, which is arguably, for me, the best Silent Hill game in the series. But that's not the only movie Cineverse is going to be releasing. On the 12th of December, we're going to be getting a remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night, and the guy who's playing Billy, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's that person who played Corey Cunningham in Halloween Ends. He better not fuck this one up. Then on the 29th of August, you have Toxic Avenger, which I'm really looking forward to seeing because I'm someone who I love the original Trauma movie. I think it's fucking hilarious. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how that one's going to play out. So you got those movies dropping. So let me just read the release dates again for you folks. Toxic Avenger, August 29th. Silent Night, Deadly Night, December 12th. And then January 23rd, Return to Silent Hill. So hang on a minute. January 23rd. Wait a second. I think something else is coming out that same time. Just need to check to make sure. Give me a minute. Oh, okay. So the Silent Hill sequel is going to be released 1 week after the release of 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, which is the second half of the 28 Years Later film. Now, here's the thing about 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. The new one that's coming out in January, Danny Boyle and Alex Garland are still on board in terms of producing and writing it. But the person they got directing it is Nia DaCosta, who did the recent Candyman movie, and she did that Captain Marvel sequel, which I hear didn't go down well with a lot of people. So yeah, I'm a little nervous about her doing that next one. But as long as
shit! Oh shit! Yep, Paul, it's over. It's over.
no, hey, listen, hear me out. Danny Boyle and Alex Garland is still producing and writing it. She's only directing. She has no input on the writing side of things. She's only directing it.
It better stay that way.
I'm reading the Wikipedia right now. She's only directing it. So
Okay.
Have a little faith in it. I would. All right.
You just said the director of the Candyman and Captain Marvel sequels. She's giving me no reason to have faith.
I'm quite surprised she got picked to do that one. So that's a bit of a shocker for me, dude. Okay, what else we got coming here? Let me just see. I have to fish down the news. It's kind of slow at the minute. Shark Thriller Survive has been acquired by Amazon MGM Studios based on feature pitch. Oh, okay. Well, I saw a shark movie recently called Dangerous Animals, which had Jai Courtney in it, and he was the villain, and he was actually surprisingly good in that movie, folks. So if you guys haven't seen that yet, I would definitely recommend it. But let me see when this is coming out. Here we go. Yeah. Survive is a new shark thriller which is coming out by Amazon MGM Studios. I don't know if it's going to get a cinema release or it's going to go straight to Amazon Prime, but it looks like it's been premeditated production's first look deal with Amazon. So the acquisition from the studio was they got a first look deal with Amazon. So that's how they're getting that. There's no additional news just yet, but hang on, who's directing it? Oh, okay. It's being directed by the guy who did Dead Snow and that Violent Night movie that came out recently. Okay, so that's going to be a good shark movie then. And also, Adam Green, the guy who directed the Hatchet films, he's in the director's seat for another shark movie called The Ascent. dude, we got free. No, we got 4 shark movies coming out. We got Dangerous Animals, Shivers, Survive, and this one. So anyone who's a fan of killer shark movies, we're eating good as of late. So that's going to be something to keep an eye out for. Yeah, Stephen King's got that new movie, The Long Walk, which is coming out in September. That's going to be something I'm interested in seeing. Oh, hello, we got some Hatchet news here. Yeah, people's been wondering what the fuck's been going on with the Hatchet series, because it's been about 7 or 8 years now since Hatchet 4. So we got a little bit of an update here when it pertains to Hatchet 5. And here's what's going on here. It says here, according to Adam Green, updates on the behind-the-scenes issues holding up Hatchet 5. It's now been 8 years. Yeah, like I said, it's been 8 years since the last Hatchet movie. The character hasn't been heard from since, leaving many fans of the horror film to wonder if Hatchet 4 was the last movie. But according to Adam Green, who's directed pretty much all of them except for Hatchet 3, and he's currently doing a shark movie, he says there's always a possibility. I can't get into all the details at the minute, but it would take but to make a long story short, once we can make the movie with a different entities behind the scenes at a top level, then I'd be interested in doing a Hatchet 5. So it looks like there seems to be a creative differences between Dark Sky Films and the filmmaker. So I'm guessing he's looking for a different studio to take up the reins for it. Well, you better hurry up and get it done, dude, because like Kane Hodder's 70 years old now. So if you're going to get him to do another Hatchet movie, you better get it done fast. So yeah, so that's why there's been a lot of hiatus time gaps between that. Now, James, you remember a movie you talked about a while ago called Stream? You remember that one? Well,
yes, I do. Yep.
Yeah, because I actually watched it on Amazon. It's actually a pretty good horror film. Well, apparently, because of the success of Stream, we are going to be getting a sequel. Stream 2 is currently been green-lit. The guys involved in the Hatchet film, not Hatchet, the Terrifier movies, they are back on board. Word has it, David Howard Thornton is back. Bill Moseley's going to be involved in it. Now, originally, because it happened at the end of Hatchet, not Hatchet, at the end of Stream, Tony Todd had a cameo appearance at the end of the first Stream movie, which was hinting he was going to be in the next movie, but that's not going to happen now because unfortunately he passed away. But yeah, we're going to be getting a Stream sequel, and if you guys haven't seen the first movie, I would say definitely check it out. If you're a fan of slasher films, there's a little bit of there's a little bit of something on here for you guys to check out. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it because I did enjoy the first movie for what it was. I mean, you had Jeffrey Combs was in it, Daniel Harris was in it, and a couple of other well-known horror names were in it too. So definitely worth a watch if you're feeling nostalgia. I mean, even Terry Alexander, the guy that was in Day of the Dead, the helicopter pilot, he was in there too. So definitely worth a watch. Let's see if there's any more news. It seems like things are slow when it comes to the summertime. There's a couple of bits here and there. Hold on. I need to fish down a minute. See if there's anything. If I didn't miss anything. Oh, okay. We got something here involving a DC horror movie. It turns out that DC Comics wants to make a horror movie with one of their characters, and that horror character in question, Clayface. If you don't know who Clayface is, he's one of the villains in Batman. And apparently, Tom Reese Harris is going to be playing the main character. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Let me see what's going on there. Okay, so Clayface is going to be getting a live-action horror movie treatment, and it's being written by Mike Flanagan, who did films like Doctor Sleep, The Haunting, House Hill, Midnight Mass, Life of Chuck, and it's being directed by James Watkins, who did a horror movie called Eden Lake. If you guys haven't seen that one, that's a good one. So they got the cast and the writers and directors on board. No idea when it's going to be coming out, but they've been trying to get this movie up and running since 2021. It's being described as a horror thriller tragedy. For anyone who doesn't know who Clayface is, Clayface was a Hollywood actor or a film actor who come across this like because he was like his appearance was deteriorating, so he gets smothered by this like clay substance, which turns him into like almost like a human version of clay, and he's able to morph himself into different people or use his clay body as a weapon, so he can like make hammers out of his hands or some shit like that. So he's kind of like a T-1000 before the T-1000, if that makes any sense. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see an DC doing a horror film. Whether I'm not sure when it's going to be coming out, but we do know that they have their writer involved, they have the director, they have their main actor to play the main character, but there's no news on when the filming starts, at least not that I can see at the minute. But expect that one to be coming out pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that one, folks. Any more news for me? Let's see. I gotta fish down again. What's this? Oh, is that Texas Chainsaw documentary? Far From Home, Dan Fatchenberg's Predator movie. Okay, so Dan Fatchenberg, the guy who did 10 Cloverfield Lane, and he previously did that previous Predator movie, Prey, and he's doing that animated film Predator Killer of Killers and the upcoming Predator Badlands. It turns out he has a couple more ideas for some more Predator films. So it looks like now he has become the go-to guy for bringing these Predator movies back. Because, I mean, for better or for worse, I mean, we did do a watch-along of Prey. James wasn't quite fond of that movie. For me, I didn't mind it, but it could have been better in my opinion.
That's putting it nicely.
I'm trying to be neutral, dude. But
no. That's no. I wasn't too fond of it, man. I was.
What the hell was that?
I know. But there's a lot of buzz surrounding the recent two movies that he's going to be releasing. I did see that animated film, and I did enjoy that one.
I've yet to see it.
Definitely should check it out, dude. It's on Hulu.
But I'm just saying, Paul, if you're telling me if this is the first true original Predator, then there's no way motherfuckers should be saying lines like, if it bleeds, we can kill it. It's like, okay, fuck you.
I know. But yeah, Predator Badlands is going to be dropping on the 7th of November, and it's actually going to be set on the Predator's home planet. And this new Predator that we're seeing, he's the main protagonist, which is a ballsy move because usually the Predators are the main antagonists. But no, this time he is the main focal point of this movie. And we get a chance to see the Predator's home world. So we're going to see a lot of, I guess we're going to be deep diving into the whole mythology and the lore of the Predators universe and where they come from and all that other kind of shit. Very interested to see how that's going to go. That's going to be dropping on the 7th of November. But here's the thing. Something else is coming out on the 7th of November as well, and that's the remake of The Running Man. So it's going to have competition in the box office side of things. But I think seeing that Predator Badlands is going to get a major cinema push, I'm willing to bet that I think that movie is going to be the one that wins the box office war between those two films. Simply because Predator is a well-known franchise and, you know, it's had multiple sequels and it has a huge fanfare. And people seem to be really high on the filmmaker that's involved in these Predator films. So, but yeah, like I said, James, if you want to check out that animated film, definitely do it because I mean I enjoyed it for what it was. And as far as Predator Badlands go, I probably will go see it. But it'd be interesting to see where they're going to take it. That's my only concern about it. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see when it comes to that. Any more news? Let's see. No. What's that? No. No. Video game. No, that's it. That's all the news I can think of right now in terms of horror related news.
Nice. Okay, well, let's get on out of here. Okay, all right. So for next week's edition of the primetime Gorehounds, we are going to watch an original film of a franchise. It's really the only good movie in this franchise. Let's be honest. And that is and Paul, don't you dare! Because if you ask for another Children of the Corn film, you're doing an episode on your own. But but yes, we are going to watch the 1984 original Children of the Corn, starring a young Lyndall Hamilton before she was Sarah Connor, and
Nice.
Outlander, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
that should be a fun one. Should be a fun one.
All right. Well, as for me, man, there's an echo on this one. All right. Well, as for me, then, I said this a while ago. If you look at all the episodes if you look at all the episodes we've done, we've only done one vampire movie out of every episode we've done. So I thought, okay, I'm going to pick a vampire movie. Now, there was two that I had in mind. One of them is based on a comic book, but I thought I might save that one for later. So instead, I don't know if James has heard of this one, and I don't know if James has seen this one, but this is the one I'm going to pick. This movie came out in 2010. Not a lot of people talk about this movie, but I remember
Paul, I
seeing this.
swear to God, Paul, I swear to God, if you're about to pick Lost Boys 2,
No, it's not Lost Boys 2.
okay.
Anyway, this movie came out in 2010, and not a lot of people talk about this movie. This is one of those very underrated, unknown type movie. It's a case of you had to have been there to see it in the cinema. Luckily, I was fortunate enough to see this in the cinema, and I remember being quite impressed by this one because, yes, it's a vampire movie, but it's a very different kind of vampire movie because it introduces a whole.
Twilight.
It's not fucking Twilight. Never pick that shit. And if I ever did pick that shit, put me in an insane asylum. But anyway, no. What I like about this one is that it introduces a post-apocalyptic element to it, which is something I've never seen before in a vampire movie. James right now is probably thinking, "What the fuck is this?" Now, this came out before The Strain, 4 years before The Strain. Before I might point out. So anyway, guys, my next pick is the 2010 post-apocalyptic vampire movie, Stakeland.
All right, it's a movie I've never heard or seen before. Okay, all right, interesting.
All right. Like I said,
All
I
right,
saw it in the cinema 10 years ago, 15 years ago now, and I remember being quite impressed by how this one played out. This is not like...
Did it have a theatrical release in America?
Yeah, it did. It had a very limited cinema run. I mean, the movie
That's why.
the movie cost $4 million, but it only made about $630,000.
Damn.
But a lot of critics really did enjoy this film. It ended up getting a sequel a few years later, but it didn't. It was good, but it didn't quite hit the spot like the first one does.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
And if it makes you feel any better, Danielle Harris is in it.
Excuse me?
Yeah, she's in Stakeland, yeah.
All right, now I've even got more interest to watch this movie now. Okay. All right. Nice. Okay. Well, Paul, tell folks where they can find you.
All right. Well, if you're on Facebook, type in Paul Burt's Photography Corner. A lot of good photos up on there at the moment. I've got another one coming up on Friday. We're going to be taking photos of a band called Bloodhound. If you're into horror movies, go in to support indie horror. We are close to getting 10,000 followers in the last 15 years. So I'm quite happy with how good that group has turned out. You can also find me whenever I post stuff on there, be on TikTok, Instagram, Sometimes I might be on Twitch, but I haven't had a reason to play a video game for a while. And of course, if you're not on Facebook or anything like that, you can find me on Blue Sky. See my photos on there too.
All right. And you can find me at PrimeTime James Thomas, which is my professional wrestling channel. Of course, here at PrimeTime Newbie Network, where we do these regular PrimeTime Gorehound episodes. And tomorrow and every Friday, at least around the weekend, I try to drop a throwback episode. Last week was Friday the 13th, so I dropped three of Friday the 13th episodes that we've done for Friday the 13th.
Yep.
Yes, I'm probably gonna drop another one sometime this weekend. Be on the lookout for that. And of course, Primetime Podcast, which is my professional wrestling podcast channel, which go back and doing some videos, trying to get the itch to cover wrestling again. Because I'm sorry, Paul, wrestling is fucking sucks right now. For those of you wondering why have you done videos? Because there's nothing to talk about, really. But
dude, the current state of WWE right now and the current state of AEW, it's just they're not hitting the spot with us right now, folks.
The only thing that's interesting about pro wrestling right now is the backstage stuff. That's literally the only thing interesting is what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Netflix is releasing that WWE Unreal documentary, which is like a behind the scenes stuff.
It's a stupid decision. That's a stupid idea, but okay. It's stupid. It's stupid. Yeah, let's remind the people that the show that you're watching is bullshit. Okay. Oh God. But
Kayfabe's dead.
So it's dead, and it's the wrestlers themselves that's killing it. That's the ironic part. But But yes, so I'll probably start doing videos here soon in the near future. And I'm thinking I may do do a live, may do a video reacting to the new I Know What You Did Last Summer trailer. I noticed that the new trailer came out. I haven't seen it yet.
About it.
Yeah, you're right. The only part I saw was Paul. When I saw this, I'm like, okay, well, thankfully they didn't have her, do the wave her arms around, but they literally had her say, "What are you waiting for?"
Yeah, she did it on the trailer. I was just like,
oh my god, man! But thankfully, but thankfully they didn't have her out in the open, with her arms out. Because that would have been too much.
Yeah, imagine that at her age. She's like, "Come on, man! What are you waiting for? I'm right fucking here."
Paul, I'm like, man, y'all are lazy as shit creatively. But
I know, right?
But yeah, so I'll definitely I'll probably be talking about that here in the near future. So yes, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and donate to Cash App PrimePop313. And we'll see y'all next week for Children of the Corn. And before we leave, like I said, we'll see y'all next week. Everybody have a great weekend. For those that's it's about to get hot. About to be like mostly around mid-90s next week. So get your shorts out, turn your fans on, turn that AC on. Cause bro, I gotta wrestle in this shit this weekend, so I'm not looking forward to this at all.
I think I'm gonna spend the afternoons in the swimming pool.
I think I might die in the rain. Man. Yeah, I'm not bumping for no goddamn body, but it's gonna be nothing but punches and kicks in my match.
Just try not to get booted in the balls a lot.
Which, by the way, people think, "Oh, you can't have a wrestling match doing punches and kicks." Yes, you can. I've seen it happen. You can do it.
If Roman Reigns can do it, then so can you.
Oh. Well, even Roman has the drive by at least.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
That's a kick, so never mind. But
whatever works.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, so we'll see y'all next week. Everyone have a great weekend. We are out, and before we leave, Before we leave, final word. I gotta do it, Paul.
Oh no.
Final word from Pastor Gino.
Oh
See
shit.
y'all next week. We are out.
Later.
That's right. You so-called Christian-looking whores. Jumping in some church, flapping your ankle chains around, all on the choir, breasts hanging out, lips all red, nails painted red, purple, blue, green, long like bird claws, all this fake hair, breast implants, toenails painted with little fake diamonds in it. Your toes ain't richer. You're nothing but a prostitute.
Amen.
Hear me? Go ahead, go to church now. Go to church. Got nothing but a singing hoe, a shouting hoe, a organ playing hoe, a choir director hoe. Hey, preacher. If what I just said describe your wife, you're married to a hoe.
Amen.
Am I right, sir? Talk to me.
Yes, sir. Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
A man that's a real man don't want his wife out in the street looking like a prostitute. And you a holy woman?
Amen.
Or claim you's a Christian? Christian with skin-tight pants. Showing the very shape of your birth canal. Going to some church with the shape of your birth canal exposed in public and jeans all up the backside of your behind. Carrying a Bible.
That's right.
Going to church.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
My church is heavy metal, dude.